Yes, hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in. You're tuning in to Bees, and I have a very special co-host with me this evening over there. And I just want to say thank you, Laz, for coming on. And it's a great honor to have you. And yeah, just thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. I was seriously like shocked and excited when you even asked me to come on. Because, like you
Yeah,
said, I'm kind of familiar with some other Australian Funko channels, and I was like, yes, more.
yeah. Oh, we
So,
love you, and we're all supporting you, and it's awesome. Yeah.
totally, like you said, Brooke over, 95 Snap Pops. Like, I
Yeah.
freaking love that woman. I remember I reached out to her because we want to do like a trade, like send some stuff from our areas, and like, I don't know, it's
Mm.
just a blast to connect with different parts of the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, oh, that's so cool. Yeah. Um, and uh, just want to say to everyone in the chat, thank you for coming on. So we have here MZ Blogs. Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to
So
chat too. I'm terrible at multitasking. I'm distractible. So I'm like, can I respond and chat at the same time? I can do it.
uh,
I can do it.
that's all good. So how yeah, what is your main line of Funkos that you love to collect?
That is such a hard question. Okay. I don't know about you. I feel like from what I've seen of your collection, you have some like obvious cool highlights. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yes,
all your
thank you.
epic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line back there, your Simpsons.
Yeah, Simpsons. Yeah.
Yes, but like with me, I'm all over the place. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I think fits my personality, if that makes sense. Like,
Mhm.
I like a lot. I think if I had some main ones, maybe I know some anime a lot. I don't even know everything. Can I just pick everything? Is that
Everything is
weird?
good. Yeah.
I like if it's
That's cool.
creative, if it's artsy looking, if it just looks awesome. I love it when they glow or are neon
Mm,
or just fun. Like, I don't like picking favorites. I'm really bad
no.
at it.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. With me, I love my main ones. Yeah, definitely I got the Masters of the Universe and
Nice.
um, Marvel Zombies. I love how detailed they are with the scary looking faces and zombies, and I
Yeah.
love that. um, I got a few Freddy Funkos, but definitely, yeah, the pop ad icons for me. I love the ad icons. Um, and as you can see, the Simpsons and the TMNT.
Yeah, you got some epicness going on there. Like, I think my favorite zombie is, for me personally, I like the zombie Red Skull. Like, I just
Oh,
thought he looked sick. I was like, I need that one.
Zombie
But
Red Skull.
I'm
Yes.
not like a completionist, I guess. So like, I'll just pick and choose ones out of multiple lines, and I'll be like, that one's my favorite. So
Yeah.
that's what I did with the zombies. I was like, that one's my favorite, and I got it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. um, so as you can see, oh,
Look how
oh,
fancy you
oh,
are. If I move my camera, it's on the ground. I just drop it.
yeah. Um, this one, yeah. The
Yes,
red skull one, yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that one. I think he looks sick. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely
Um,
cool. You've got a
yeah.
cool soda lineup too, by the way. I saw you showing that off, and I was like, that looks
Oh,
sick.
yes.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
steal that idea of like a, just a shelf for
Mhm.
sodas. Like, that's a plan. That will happen.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, yeah. And I get these ones. I don't know if you guys have them. This IKEA. Do you have
Yeah,
IKEA over there in the States? Yeah. So these ones are pretty cheap price, which is like yeah, just a little bit over $100 here, and then I got these other ones that are connected to the wall, and then you just get brackets and put them on there. But yeah, I love I
I
love
was like,
to
you're
display them one day.
so organized, okay? Like our like even this, I don't know if you can tell behind me or even see it, but it's just like a piece of wood that we anchored.
Mhm.
Like it wasn't a shelf. It's just wood anchored to the wall. And that's like
Yeah.
all of our pop displays right now. It's literally we
Mhm.
bought a piece of wood, bought the anchors, and just put it in the wall. No
Mm.
fanciness
Yeah.
here.
Mm.
We're spastic at my house, so I
Yeah.
need to learn from your organized planning of putting things up appropriately. But I mean, they work, it's
Mhm.
fine. Nothing has
Yeah.
hit the ground yet. So success.
That's it. Yeah. And I love your Mickey Mouse. The all the colored Mickey Mouses there behind
Oh,
you.
aren't they
Yes,
cool?
that's nice, aren't they? Yeah.
Now, reality, only one is mine of that collection because that's what
Oh.
I like. I think I had mentioned back on a comment on one of my videos. Like,
Mhm.
my whole family collects. So, my other half collects, the
Oh.
kids collect. So, like, anything you see is like family collection minus the ones that I'm actually like showing off directly in my videos because those are
Yes.
mine. But as far as
Mhm.
like wall, it's like it's our shared collection if that makes sense.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's why
Yeah.
I'm like I can't claim all of this, but I can
Yeah.
claim parts of it.
Mhm.
But it is a
And
really cool line. So that's a nice thing about collecting as a family is like I get to enjoy all of our pops. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Because they're just here
Yeah.
chilling, and I get to see them
Uh-huh.
all the time.
Very good. Yeah.
It really
And
is cool, and it makes it less
yeah.
expensive if you're not the only one.
That's right. No, that's it. And it's good that your husband is very supportive towards you and loves
Yes.
and also loves to collect. So, what would your husband's one some of his favorite lines, do you think?
Oh my gosh, he really he likes a lot. He likes anime. I know he likes the like Universal Monster sets. He's really into some of the Pop Asias. They have some really cool ones, which same like they're really cool lines. He kind of jumps around. Honestly, he's got a large variety, but honestly, he's a bigger collector than I am. In
Yeah.
all reality, he's just shy. So I'm like, you should be doing this with me, like
hmm
seriously. But I mean, his
Yeah.
collection is yeah, again like way more than mine, way more.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the cooler one when it comes to collecting. In all seriousness,
Hmm.
I need to
And
brag a
do
little
you,
eventually.
yeah. And with your collection, do you have them like spread around the house, or is it just in like a particular area?
Oh
So
my
yeah.
gosh, it's everywhere, bees. It's everywhere. This is our bedroom, okay? This is
Oh,
how bad it
yes.
is. This is our
Mhm.
room. It's in the kids' room, in the living room, in the office slash living room. We even have them in the garage. They're
In
everywhere.
the garage. Oh, nice.
Yes, they're
Yeah.
everywhere. Mind you, there's
Mm.
like, like, I don't know if you've seen people put some of them displayed in like those baseball bat cases. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Yes, like
Yeah, I've
we have
seen
some
those.
like
Yeah.
that in the garage. It's like it's an addiction. It's like, oh my god, I just can't stop. All the pops.
hmm
They're
Absolutely.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Is your house like
Uh-huh.
that?
So I've only got the pops that are in this room here, which is in this one room. But with the pops that are there, there's more behind that one. So there's a lot
Yeah.
more that are behind there, and then it's basically spread out all the way around. But I do have only one wall that hopefully by the end of keep collecting and put it on this wall. But oh
I mean,
yeah,
that sounds good though. Like at least you've
uh-huh.
contained it a little bit.
Yeah,
I have seen people
um,
do that where they'll buy like even like sheds or things and turn them into like their collector kind of hut or something. And I'm like, that's kind of smart. So you still technically have a home and it's not slowly being built by pops.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Hmm. And before you were like collecting Funko Pops, who were you? Like what who was Les before the Funkos? Like were you always a collector of some things? Like yeah.
I think Oh my gosh, that's such like a big question. I feel like I've always enjoyed little things, you know, like as a kid, I think we all like collect certain things. I don't even
Mhm.
remember all of it at this point because I know I loved like Polly Pockets or I love like stuff
Mm.
that we don't really think as collectibles when we're young, you know what I mean? But they kind of
Yeah.
are. And some of that stuff I still have. And again, various lines. I enjoyed comic books, but I'd always steal them from my brother and then sneak them back before he knew I was reading them, you know, like little things like that. So, like, always
Mm.
involved in something, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But as far as, and I'm obsessed with Batman, by the way.
Batman.
Always love
Nice.
Batman. I can't even
Uh-huh.
give you a good reason. I just love him, always have. Okay. So,
Mm.
definitely a DC fan. So that has been a thing. T-shirts, robes, blankets, all the Batman stuff. Okay. So
Awesome.
that would
Yeah.
be definitely like adult collections, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Um, and then slowly I just, you know, started in the Funko and then like went down the rabbit hole and can't get out of it. And now we're working in the chomps and sodas.
Yes, the
So
chum selling, yes.
yes. So
Mhm.
I guess what I'm saying is I feel like I always enjoyed having some type of collectible or thing to just be like fun and just make
Mhm.
you smile, like something just bring a little sunshine that's not serious because you know life's serious enough. So I love having something fun, and Funko just became that next thing, if that makes sense.
That's true,
Plus,
yes.
this community is so fun. That's part of why I've stuck with Funko. Is like so many people like you and
Yeah,
and just so many
yes.
other channels that we get to have fun together. And I'm like, oh my god, it's even better. It's like a whole bunch of
Mhm.
us having fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. And it's really good that meeting all walks of life and
All over the world.
and
It's crazy.
all
There's
around the
so
world.
many of
Yeah,
us.
uh-huh. Yeah, and
What about you?
I have a gift for you, some Australian gifts. So that'll be coming pretty much, yeah, soon.
Oh my
So
gosh, are you serious?
yes, from Australia.
I'm
Yes.
so excited.
Uh-huh.
I'll have to send you
Yeah.
a Texas box. Just saying.
Uh, so yeah,
Nice.
yeah, and yeah. So yeah. So what was the biggest thing that attracted you to Funkos? So like the nostalgia and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
like honestly, it kind of snuck up on me because when I my very first Funko item was a coffee cup. Actually, it was
Oh,
one of the
lovely.
Batman coffee cups.
Yes.
Because again,
Uh-huh.
I told you I love
The
Batman.
Batman.
Okay,
Yes.
so my sister bought me the
That one. Yeah.
mug. Yes, like oh yeah, I see him. I see him
The
back there.
18 is Batman. Yeah.
Yes, we've got the black printed one too. Oh my god,
Uh-huh.
I want the like 1966 one so bad, but it's like so expensive. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm getting distracted. You're distracting me with beautiful things. But what happened, you know, kind of my
Mm.
rabbit hole was starting with things like that, where I connected to something I already collected and enjoyed, you know?
Mhm.
And then where they keep hooking me is nostalgia or art or glow or you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
they make lines for everybody. Like shows I enjoy, animes I enjoy, characters, even poets. You know what I mean? It's like
Mm.
Funko has created the something for everybody vibe, and it's like, dang you, Funko, you're gonna take all my money because I can't stop, you know? But I really do.
Exactly.
Sometimes I love nostalgia. I love the retro toy line. I love
Mhm.
Batman, obviously, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, all that stuff. But I love a lot of fantasy characters too. And some I just think are beautiful or creative. And I'm like, I need that.
Mm. Yes.
How do you
Um,
pick yours? You know what I mean? Like, do you have like a certain vibe you go for? Or
oh, yes, absolutely. So, for me, I will show you my the reason why I love, the nostalgia is because here in Australia, some of these pops are hard to get. So, having, meeting friends that are from, because I'm half Filipino, and yeah, so I think, with this one is the
no,
Jollibee. Yeah, so that's the glow in the dark Jollibee that my mum got me when she was over in the Philippines, and
Oh,
and
that's
then yeah,
cool.
it just says
That's
proud
sweet
to
because
be
it's
a
a gift.
Filipino. Yeah.
No, that's even better.
Um,
One, okay, cool. Connection to home, connection to your mama, and it glows. How do you go wrong with that?
yeah, and then I got these two that were a this is the flocked uh flocked Jollibee. So that's from the Fanatic Philippines flocked, and then you've got this heady spaghetti glittered. This one, yeah. So that those two were yeah, given to me as a gift from my friends over in the Philippines,
That's
and
so cool.
then yeah, and then so I really love the ad icon Jollibees.
Well, and that makes
Yeah,
sense. And that's something that is cool because, like you said, they're really branching out to where like everybody has something they can connect to. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like
Uh-huh.
ads
Yeah.
is one, obviously. Like a lot of us grew up with certain ads and things. And then again, if you
Mm,
read comics or if you watch certain shows or if you had certain toys, like
yeah.
you're brilliant. Why didn't we think of this? We could be rich, okay?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I have like comics as well that are over there, but and then do you have some of them that are out of box? So like say you have some pops that are displayed. So what are those ones?
I
Oh, they're your sodas, yeah?
I do have some. There's some sodas here. This is one of the if I don't destroy anything. This is one of the pop rides I leave out. This was
Oh,
actually
nice.
a gift from a friend in the Funko community. He goes by
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Funko, but he knew I love Batman, so this was like one of those like moments. So I just have it out of box because this is just cool. You know, I try to keep some of them in box, especially some of the slightly more expensive, which none in my collection are crazy. Okay. I try to be reasonable, but still, there's certain ones that I'm like, they will stay protected. But some, if I
Yeah.
know for sure I'm going to have them for a long time and enjoy, like, obviously, I'm going to keep my Batman, I might as well enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So my collection kind of goes both ways. It just depends on what it is, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. I have two of those Batman ones that are over there, and the car ones. Yeah, so I like
Yes.
those ones. And how about the art series of the Batmans, like the that they made in those nice box ones? That yeah.
Yes, I have. I want to say of the art series, I had all of them, but I think maybe the orange one I was lacking. I think. But again,
Okay.
I don't have to have all of them technically. Like Batman's one, I'm never gonna be like, oh no, I have another Batman. But
Yeah.
as long as I get like my favorites, which I did, I think the one I wanted the most was the black and yellow one because it's more like I don't know, like the traditional colors I think of. I know technically blue was included in the real old school stuff, but I'm
Mhm.
like, whatever. I got the main one that makes sense in my brain. So it's all just bonus after that. So I got three of those. So
Oh,
I feel pretty
nice.
spoiled
Yeah.
by that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh. So we'll just go to the chat. So we have Sabine says, shout out at Les, ma'am, and she sends you a rose. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Um, who else do we have here? We have Fox Crown says, hi, I'm here from La and B. Oh,
I
okay. Yeah.
love
Hey, going.
Foxy. Hey, Foxy.
Thank you for tuning in. And we have here my best friend Eden. She's also from Miami, so she's in
Oh, nice.
Florida. Yeah, so I love to visit there.
You got
Um,
support everywhere. That's great.
yeah. Um, and what's this one? Mega love shout out to Atlas. Ketchup. Yes. Yeah.
Yay.
Um, and what did this one say? Prince Nixon.
Hey, Prince.
How you going? Yeah.
No, this is also something I really like about getting to do lives is because One, I don't even know how to do one, so I've never done one on my channel because I'm not
Uh-huh.
tech savvy. But I love getting on other people's channels and just getting to meet other people because it's not just us. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's a chat and other people that love Funko and love this. So
Absolutely.
it's just really cool. It's just furthering our connections. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. And 100%, it's uh that's one thing like I'm trying to also learn on my channel as well, like how to like edit and stuff like that. But yeah.
Oh my
um
gosh, I don't know how to do any of that.
but
I always
yeah.
tell people like you get exactly what's going on because I don't edit. I don't even know that I want to take time to learn to edit. I'm like it is raw and real, and y'all are just enjoying it as is.
Absolutely. um mm, s- my best says I'm adding you to YouTube now, Les. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Uh-huh. Um, and my ninang, Lisa is here. She says hello. Yeah.
And good
Um,
evening from where I'm at. So
yes, it's evening there. Yes. Mm. And yeah.
that's
So
so cool. I still think it's wild, just the time zones. And I know that's such a simple thing to be like, wow. But I'm like, it's night and you're in a different part of day and someone else is just waking up, you know? Because how
yeah.
often in your life are you connected to this many people at once? You know what I mean? It's crazy to
That's
me.
right.
I'm like,
Because
I
a lot of
usually just mess with people around here and everybody's all over the world. It's so
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah. See a lot of people here are basically at work or, like doing things, but yeah. So shout
Yes.
out to 13 million in the house and yeah, so uh what is your what is the what is this?
Oh, and
What
Ian,
is
I'm from Texas.
Texas? Oh yes. So your very first Funko Pop that you ever bought or purchased, do you remember which one what
Do
was?
not get me lying. I do not have any idea. And I'm not even going to play. The only thing I remember was, as far as the first, was genuinely that Batman mug because I have it and I love it. And it's actually staring me down over there in
Oh,
my closet.
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
But I'm like, but that's the one I remember because I know my it's honestly my pop was probably from my spouse because he, like I
Mhm.
said, is a huge collector. So I'm
Yes.
pretty sure he was probably one of my first ones, and then I've added some. So at this point, I don't even know. I just feel like it started, and then it was like this explosion of collecting, and I'm like, I don't even know anymore. Do you remember your first one?
Yeah. So I've got it actually here for you, and it is this Michael Jackson
Nice.
yeah, this one here. So at the time before knowing about Funko, I threw away the box, unfortunately, and then I was like, oh, you know, yeah, but I didn't, yeah, and
No, that's cool.
yeah, kept this one. So love that one, and I was gifted some before, but they were out of box ones, and then yeah, and then so I started like 2014, but didn't really get heavily collecting until 2015. So yeah, it's a lot of years in the making.
No, for sure. I think it was like either maybe 2016 when I really like first got something, and then it's honestly been during all this craziness the last like year or so that it's really blown up. But I think
Yes,
part of that is again finding community and it just getting more exciting and fun. You
that's
know,
true. Yes, yeah,
for
um,
sure.
yeah, and
I'm impressed you remember. I feel like my memory is so lame sometimes. I'm like, I don't even know. Like what I had
yeah.
for breakfast yesterday, and you're like my first pop, and I'm like, you're amazing. So cool.
Oh, oh, you naughty. um, yeah. So this one is there any Funkos that you love to see made by Funkos? So like,
Yes.
yes.
so many actually. Although this is just going to make me seem extra nerdy because I'm very nerdy anyway. Okay, so I don't even know. Do you watch any animes or anything like that? Are you into that at all?
Yeah, so I'm not really like I do have like a few Dragon Ball like from the SSG Goku, and he's on the yeah. I have that one, but I don't have a lot of anime pops. Yeah.
And that's okay. But I'm going to bring out my nerd because most of the ones I want made are anime related,
Oh,
okay?
nice.
So
Yeah.
what I'm
That's
really
awesome.
looking forward to now, they've already said these are supposed to come out and they've shown like teasers, but Demon
Uh-huh.
Slayer's one I want to see really bad, which sounds way intense, but it's amazing. Okay.
Mm.
There's another anime I love called Parasite that I think they could make some really dope looking pops from. Like, I think it'd be cool as heck.
Yeah,
And
nice.
then silly stuff from childhood. Like, I also think like Tiny Toons would be cool,
Mm.
which I'm like, those would just be cute as Flip, and they're already doing Looney Tunes. So I'm like, why not go in the Tiny Toons world? And then the Studio Ghibli, like Howl's Moving Castle and movies like that. I think those would be so beautiful because again these are already really colorful characters and things, so I think a lot of these animation type stuff just would translate into really cool pops.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
and Berserk is another one. I don't know, really it's mostly anime because again I'm a big nerd, but I think they could make a ton. Really, what are you
Yeah.
wanting
Yeah.
to see? I'm curious for you.
Oh, definitely a Crocodile Dundee.
Yes.
For us Australians, we always mention about Crocodile Dundee here, and you can make a chase of Crocodile Dundee with a knife.
Yes, I actually agree with that. I hadn't even thought of that one, but I support
Yeah.
this choice. I like it.
Mm. But what other Australian ones? So they did make another Steve Irwin pop with a dog. So
Yes.
that one's coming out pretty much. Yeah.
I know.
Um,
Brooke got me the Steve Irwin from the zoo, and I was like, what is this like? How do I have this? It's so cool.
yeah. Mm.
No, that is
But
awesome. I'm glad y'all have some representing, That's cool.
yeah, and I loved from like basically childhood. That I really grew up watching, maybe like Agro's Cartoon Connection, and having Agro. Have you known about Agro's Cartoon Connection?
No,
No.
like, I'm like, I gotta
Oh,
Google this.
yeah. And then pretty much Street Sharks, Biker from Mars, and things like that. So I'm born in the 80s, 85.
Me too.
But yeah, yeah. But yeah, just to see those pops come out would be absolutely beautiful, and yeah, yeah,
No, I feel you.
um,
I'm an 80s baby. Late
mhm.
80s, but I'm like, it counts. I get to claim
Yeah,
it. It's mine.
that's it.
No, I think that's cool. And honestly, even like born in the late 80s, I had older siblings. So I feel like you still are familiar with a lot of the stuff, even from the early 80s. You know what I mean? Because a lot of that's still going on in popular. So probably have a lot of similar things. I don't know all the like necessarily differences in TV where you live versus myself, because I assume there's some like stuff that's more typical per area, because I feel like that's just normal per areas. But side
Yeah.
note, Eden was asking if we exchange Funkos when we have extra. Do you mean like me and my spouse and family or like other channels? Because I want to answer, but I'm like, I don't know which one you mean. Like if
Exchange,
it's in
yes.
my home, we definitely will help each other out. Like, say we catch a drop and the other one doesn't, we'll try to like even out if that makes sense.
Mhm.
And as far as other channels, I know a lot of YouTubers, if they can, will try to help each other out and do trades or like do swaps or different things that kind of just, I don't know, keep it fun and help people get more variety or things that are harder to get. Like, for sure. That's real.
Mhm. All grails in that, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Um, yeah, so I was thinking of getting the mystery boxes because you get a lot of for fraction of price, but yeah, end up
You
getting doubles.
can, although some people do get a lot of doubles depending. I think it's better when you have smaller collections, you know what I mean? Because then like it's always exciting.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're more likely to get one you don't have. But also depending on the boxes you get, sometimes people don't get value. So it's like just kind of be picky if you're, trying to budget and you don't want to risk having a loss. So you know what I mean? Like some boxes you have guaranteed value, some you don't. Some people like, I don't mind a double because I'm like, cool, I could end up doing that as a giveaway or a mystery box, or some shops you can even do trade if they do Funko. So I'm like, it's technically okay. You could even sell
Yeah.
it to somebody who needs it. But yes, Eden, in the Funko community, a lot of people are on Discords, like other YouTubers, or like in chats sometimes where we can connect, like me and Bees connected on IG. He's like, hey, like just simple
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then
Mhm.
people sometimes will exchange pops because why not, I may have
That's
one
it.
that he loves more and he may have one that I love more and we can work it out. So, yeah.
Yeah. My best friend, Eden, she has a few Funko Pops of, she loves the Hello Kitty, so everything Hello Kitty she loves,
Super
and
cute.
also she loves collecting like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and all those kind of bags. It's really cool. So she's a collector.
She's got some good taste there
Yeah.
for sure. I dig it.
Um.
Nice.
Yeah. So what's this one?
Hey, little
Um.
world.
Oh yeah. Lily's World's here. So it says good morning. In the Philippines it's morning, but over there it's evening.
Good
Yeah.
evening slash morning.
And then Eden says I'm collecting Hello Kitty Funkos, and recently I'm starting to collect female icons heroes. Yeah.
Very cool. Very
Mhm.
cool. I feel like you start down a rabbit hole, Eden, though. You start with just a line, and next thing you know, you're like, and now I need this
Just keep
one,
going,
and now I need this one. Like
and now
I
you go
started
to
with
this.
Batman. Whole house of pops. It's a problem.
Absolutely, yeah. um,
Same thing with
yeah.
sodas. I didn't even plan to ever get them, and now I have a growing collection, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Mm. And now, do
I
you
say that.
have?
I even
Yeah.
have I have some
Oh,
I
there
haven't
you
even
go.
gotten into yet. I'm like, it's a problem.
Uh-huh. Do you have like a favorite like chasers in your of your sodas?
Of my sodas, I think my current one is actually chilling back here. Oh my god, as I throw stuff down. So far, it's my Samurai Jack.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Samurai Jack. Nice.
Like, I really want the Aku chase. I don't have it yet. It will happen eventually. But I have like, although I have to say with the sodas, like, I actually like some of the commons more. Like, this is the common of Aku. And I think
Oh
this
yes.
thing is like freaking cool looking. You know what I mean? I'm like, I dig it. So it's one of those, like, I'm never mad if I don't get a chase, if that makes sense, because they're kind of cool regardless. Although not in collection, my top chases I want pretty bad, and we'll see if I ever get them, are really the Ninja Turtle line because they're
Yes.
all like glow or the neon, and I'm like, they
Neon.
look so cool. Do you have
You.
them? I bet you do.
So I don't have any of the neon ones, but I do have one that I pulled, which was a Chase Raphael. And yeah,
I was
so
like, you
that's.
need them. You've already got the really cool collection. Like, I just feel like it needs to go with it.
Yeah, but yeah, I can do a quick tour if you like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
show off. I'd love
show
it.
you show you the yeah.
Very nice. Ooh, I see Samurai Jack up there. Look at him.
What's that one?
I said, I see your Samurai Jack up there.
Oh yes, Samurai Jack, the common one. Yes.
Love it. You got a lot of cool ones.
And this one, this one's my favorite because it's a metallic chase.
Yes, very
Yeah.
cool.
Um, so that's that one, and then yeah.
You know, I realized like with the sodas, they grew on me because I was talking to somebody recently. Like when I first saw them, I was like, they don't quite look like the characters. You know what I mean? But I mean,
Yeah.
technically, neither do Funko. But I realized it's kind of because they make them more cartoony and almost cute, if that makes sense. And
Yeah.
some of these characters, I was like, should they really be cute? You know? And then slowly I was like, no, I love them. But it took
Mhm.
me seeing them, I think, in person. Like once I owned one, I was like, this is way cooler than I expected.
Yeah.
And they're like nicer and heavier than I thought they'd be too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
And
I'd never imagined. Although, dumb moment on my part, when I first saw those out, like the first time ever when they started coming out, I genuinely thought it was actual soda.
oh.
Like that's real. I am admitting that. I thought it was actual soda, so it was super weird when I was like, just kidding, guys.
Yeah.
It's a figure.
And then so basically they're all along here.
No, I think that looks
Basically.
cool. That's what and you got the Joker. Nice.
Joker, yeah.
That's the
I'll put
Jack
you in.
Nicholson version.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you have a great collection for sure. I
And
was
then
definitely creeping on your collection.
this one is the turtles, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I got all the four turtles there.
Nice.
Yeah. Trying to swing that around there. But that Raphael is the one chase, yeah.
No, that's awesome. You got that old school April O'Neil too,
And
which
then
is
these
super
ones are
cool.
the NECA figures of the TMNT, and then
Nice.
Shredder and Bebop. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got you 10-inch.
Yeah. All the 10-inch ones. And then these are the art series Batmans that you like.
Yes,
So
yes,
those
yes, yes.
so those are the art series ones.
Very
Um,
cool.
and then you got Masters of the Universe up there. And
Nice.
then yeah. So I love to have like a display of all these art boxes. They're really nice.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. I think you have a good display going. And you were kind of smart in how you like added part of the wall for like your 10-inch pops because there's a point where those where you're like, how do I even display these? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're somebody that I'm like, you did a good job with that because most like even us, it's like, where do you even put them after a while? You know?
Mhm.
They're just
Yeah.
in weird random places in the house now. Like I don't even know.
And then this one here is all the Masters of the Universe
Nice.
ones that I love. And I just picked up this Skeletor, this bad boy right here.
Yeah, he looks
Um,
pretty cool.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I just got the from Target Con, the Skeletor on Throne. I thought that one looked really cool.
oh yes, I love that one.
Mhm.
That's a really cool one. Yeah,
Like I was like, do I want to get this one? Because you know it costs a little more than the other ones, but I was like, once I saw it, I was like, it's way too cool. Like I have to.
absolutely yes. But yeah,
For sure.
yeah. So there you go. That's the sodas and the turtles and stuff. Yeah.
No, they look awesome. Have you
Yeah.
fallen down into the rabbit holes that are like the Chomps or Tiny Ghosts, or are you keeping your collection Funko?
Yeah, so basically, I love to expand to other things. So I'm trying to complete the NECA figures of the turtle line, but I'd love. I have what is it? These other statues of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's another really good one too. Yeah.
that was a fun movie.
Yes.
Or movies,
Yeah.
I guess, at this point, right? I'm like, how many are there? I don't even know. My mom was a huge fan of that too. So I always just
Oh
think it's
yeah.
extra fun because she gets excited about it and like even better.
Mhm. Nice. Yeah. Um, and then some. What's this one? Um, yeah. So we
Ooh.
have Nelson as well.
Hey, Nelson. And Pick a Pop, what's up?
And Pick Up. Oh, okay. Yeah. That is a great collection. Black Hood Skeletor looks great. Yeah. So I really am into like the 10 inches. How about you? Do you love collecting the 10-inch
We
lines, Glass?
have several. We've
Several?
just
Huh?
gotten to where we've kind of like decided to maybe stop getting them just because
Yeah.
it's more like we didn't figure out a good way to display. So there's like we have like the big Batman like you over here, but then now they're just like in random cabinets on a desk, on this desk, where they're just like they're almost like their own little statue in the house, because it's not really like these tiny figures. So I
Yeah.
think the majority of the 10-inch we have is actually the Pokemon ones.
Mm.
Because everybody here loves Pokemon, but yes. But I mean, like, I don't know. There's some we definitely may add at some point because there's definitely some other ones we like. It's just again trying to figure out the spacing. You know what I mean? Like I said, I like that that's part of your wall. I
Yeah.
feel like we're running out of walls, so I'm like, I
That's
want to know
true.
where to put
Yeah.
them.
And behind this here, there was a window here, and that window is gone.
It is the collection spot now. That's kind of I have a work desk here at the
Oh
house
yeah.
and it has slowly become its own little mini wall. And I
Mhm.
and there's a window that is no longer being used. Same
Yeah.
thing. Like it's become blocked by a collection slowly. So I feel you on that.
I
That's
I
real.
try, I tried to get my mum into getting into collecting, but she said, "Oh no, just leave that in your collection." And because I bought her the Mickey Mouse, the gingerbread things for Christmas.
Yes.
And I gave that as a gift and to her, and then she was like, "Oh, just leave them in your collection," because I wanted to try and see if she'll get into that to getting
Yeah, like join
collecting,
me
but
down the rabbit hole, mom. I totally get that. I've gotten technically I feel like a lot of my family have some pops. They just haven't, fully got addicted to them yet. But I love that that's like a thing at my house. You know what I mean? Because it's like you can again that same idea of community and having fun together. It's really cool to like even get each other pops or like easy Christmas gifts. We all love
yeah,
pops, or
yeah.
can like keep up with each other's wish list. So I totally get it where you're like, come on, mom, just join me. We can have
Mm,
fun together, but that's sweet though too, because she's like,
yeah.
you enjoy.
Mm. But my mum is also a collector of snowballs. Like
Oh,
there's snowball things where, but they're from other like all different around the world, like different countries,
that's
and
cool.
also on the fridge. She would have like all different kinds of fridge magnets from all the different places she traveled.
So you're saying I need to send you one in from Texas, like a magnet or something, right? And then you send it to your
Yeah.
mom.
That would be cool. But I also have a friend as well that are in Texas as well, and if you know Andy's World, they're into gaming as well as showing the doing their reviews. So they're also from Texas,
Very cool.
um, and yeah, so yeah, that's a
I
good
always
one to
love
follow.
I love knowing more collectors in Texas. Oh my goodness, y'all behave. There's a tiny person as I'm speaking about it. I
Hello.
love finding collectors in
Yeah.
Texas, but I feel like one of the things with Texas, and I don't know how it is where you are, but Texas is flipping huge. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
I'm like, we could have a collector, but they're still like hours away because you could spend I swear like 10 hours just trying to get to one part of Texas, depending on where people are. So it's almost like not even being in the same state sometimes. But it
Yeah.
is really cool to be like, oh, you're from my area too,
Yeah.
Like you'll probably have to like shoot me like their link or something in IG so I can like creep on them, find them, you know?
Definitely, yeah. So
For
I'll
sure.
definitely send you a link to that one. And yeah,
That's
the
cool.
they showed their dog. Andy's their dog, and a really cute dog, and I love it. And yeah, and then they're doing reviews and playing Animal Crossing,
That's
which is
been
a
way
cool game.
popular for sure.
Animal Crossing, yeah.
My sister was hard into that. Like
Oh yeah.
that's popular. Yes.
Yeah,
My siblings are big gamers. I don't have the
big gamers.
attention span for that. I like old school like Nintendo. Like that's about my speed. But
Mm.
I'm like the sibling of hard gamers, but that's been one of her things is definitely Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's
I
another pop line. I so wish they could get Nintendo pops. Oh
mm,
my gosh, I would want a Yoshi so much. And I
yes.
like Zelda and those games. I'm like, oh my
Mm.
gosh, they could make so many cool pops. That would be
I
amazing.
yeah, I agree with that. Because you know how they have the I got that one out of box, but it's the Crash Bandicoot on the little car thingy.
Yeah.
If they made that as like Mario Kart, oh wow, you'll have all these different like Mario, Luigi, all that on their little
Oh, it'd be
go
so cool.
karts.
It would be so cool. Now, I feel like Nintendo's one of those I would honestly be shocked if they ever gave them the rights to make them, but I'm like, you
Mhm.
know, all of us would like spend all the money. We'd be like, we need all of them. Like, oh my gosh, my biggest like is definitely Yoshi, but I'm like, there's so many other old Nintendo games that I remember and enjoy from like when we were kids, and I'm like,
Yes.
I would buy the snot out of that. I want all of it. It would be so cool.
I
So cool.
agree. Yeah. And then yeah, maybe having some of those, like on the battle rounds, how they have like those three balloons, and you have to go around like and get them all.
Yes, I love that game. It was so fun.
Yeah. Um. So this one is. Have you ever received Funko Pops as gifts and loved ones? I mean, yeah, of course. With 95, you got to gift them her. Yeah.
Definitely. I feel super spoiled and a half. I have like, because again, I'm in a collector family. So,
Mhm.
we'll definitely gift each other. I definitely have other Funko, like people that I'm connected to, like Foxy in the chat, Pick a Pop,
Foxy, yes. Mhm.
Brooke. I've have other people that we do kind of love back on each other. I'm actually expecting a gift now from
Oh,
actually a
wow.
YouTuber out of Wales, which is so
Oh,
cool because they're sending
nice.
snaps and I'm so excited. you know? But like, yes, that I think just kind of goes with opening yourself up to this community and being more out there, whether that be because some of these people don't have channels, but
Mhm.
they'll be on Instagram or they'll stay involved like actively in chats and things and connect with each other. So I think a lot of like for me, it's more the people that I've been in lives with or spent a lot of time chatting with because
Mm,
we get to know each other a little more intimately. So it's a
that's
little
true.
easier to kind of reach out and be involved in different ways. But yes, I have been spoiled and I definitely try to spoil people back. I think that's just a part of it, just spreading the love kind of a thing.
Mhm.
Like that's a theme with a lot of people I know here of if we're getting things we want to give back, you know what I mean? So like I will occasionally enter even giveaways and win, and then I'll have a giveaway so someone can win something from me, and it's
Yeah.
just kind of keeping it going to where people can get involved in it, you know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, those ones that I showed you with the Jollibee ones, and what is it? I got gifted for Christmas the 10-inch Marvel Zombie thing up
Nice.
there. And that was what I got for Christmas. But yeah. Um, do you keep an estimate count of how many Funko Pops like in your collection? So do you use like an app or yeah?
Yes.
Mhm.
I use the Funko app, which I don't always use for value. because
Yes.
they can be a little wonky. But I definitely try to at least generally keep up with what I have, so I know. Um, but I know the amount's not completely accurate because it includes like sodas. It'll include if you have a plushie or a minifigure, or you know what I mean.
Hmm.
So I think you can like filter it. But again, I'm like an 80-year-old. I'm not a techie person, so I'm just like whatever. It's just all on there.
Hmm.
But I do like to generally keep up with it to have kind of an idea of what I got going on, you know. But
Yes.
plus, it's important because when you're in a household where we all are collecting and all of our collections are chilling, you want to
Hmm.
know what's yours, you know? So
Uh-huh.
I can be like, nope, that one's mine. It's on the list. So
Yeah.
for sure. But yeah, I just use the Funko app personally. What do you use?
So me, I've never really used a Funko app, but maybe in a time I do have a spare time, maybe I will go through all this, but it's gonna take me maybe a whole weekend or so. But yeah.
Yeah. You're going to be investing a lot of time. You may just be like, it's fine. I don't even need to know.
Uh,
Woo! I've
yeah.
seen people do that though, where their collections get like crazy big and then they'll like be like, oh, I missed one. And I'm like, I would just be like, it's fine. I don't even want to know anymore. That would be
Mhm.
so stressful. And you have a
Yeah.
pretty good sized collection too. So I feel like, man, you'd be lordy just laid up in that room for hours. That'd be
That's it.
wild.
Yeah. And like, how about like when visitors come and visit you and see your collection? I mean, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, we've had family or like friends, and it definitely is always a point of conversation because people, especially if they don't collect, it's like, what is going on? What are these? And why do you have so many of them? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mhm.
But I feel like, something that my other half does is a lot of the times if he has close family or friends, um, if he sees one that they really like that's not like super close to his heart, he'll just give people a pop. And it's kind of like a way of like inviting them into collecting and also
Mhm.
just sharing. There's literally a cat here just flew by. It's like a way to like share the experience with people and hoping to spark interest of just again something we see as like fun and joyful. Like
Mhm.
he had family here not long ago that stopped in like randomly and just gave them a pop of like a game they enjoy.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's a way of kind of like you trying to share the joy of collecting with your mother. Like it's a
Mhm.
conversation, it's a way to get people in on some fun, it's a nice way to kind of give back to people and like again just kind of, I don't know, be generous, I guess you could say. So yes, it is definitely a noticeable thing if anyone's ever at the house, for sure.
Yeah.
For
The grandkids of my stepbrother, they come into this room a lot, and they always get surprised, and they say, "Uncle B." They go, "Uncle B, have you collected it?" See more of the pops, and say, "Yeah." Have you've been got more? I'm
yes,
like, yeah,
because it's fun.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
my little 6-year-old that I mentioned just walked in here and is
Oh, that's okay.
borrowing some bubble gum.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
And also, he
Mm.
said his sister's being so mean and just trying to do them in and all kinds of other nonsense. Probably because
I love you, Mom.
I love you more. They don't like watching the same TV shows.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if your
Yes.
family's that way, the little ones where you're like, come on, guys, get it together, get along, it's fine.
Hmm. Yeah.
Plus, I'm letting them stay up a little late because I was like, Mommy's got a live tonight, so y'all are getting spoiled and get to watch TV late.
Yeah. So, the grandkids of my brother, my stepbrother, they come over here on a day where they have school holidays, and
Nice.
they kind of like they spend yeah, their holiday with granddad and yeah, and
No, I think
my
that's
mum.
cool. It's also,
Yeah.
I'm a big family person, so I love that you're like, my family comes together and we like each other and we hang out and spend time
Yeah.
together. Like, good. And I
Mm.
bet those kids love seeing your collection. You know what I
They
mean?
do,
It's
yeah.
fun.
Hmm. Absolutely. And yeah, they always say it's a great collection. Yeah. Some people
Yes.
call them dolls, but
I couldn't even imagine if we had this as kids. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's cool as an adult, but I'm like as a kid. And I think that's why our kids have gotten into it so much, because it's just cool and fun. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
nice. We'll just get everybody into collecting. It's fine. We'll just take over.
That's it. My best says this one is the best interviews you and had. Yes. We have. Sorry. We have Yale Rams. This morning from the Philippines. Yeah. Yeah. Um. Do you see yourself still buying and collecting Funkos 5-10 years from now? Mhm.
I assume as long as they're still making them,
Yep.
probably, you know, and also the way the market ups and downs, it would be like, I'm almost hoping, like, this is a little messed up, but I'm like, if they ever stop making them, and if
Mhm.
people slowly stop caring because it's not new anymore, that the people
Yeah.
that really enjoy it, maybe we'll get them cheaper at some point, because that would be cool. Because there's some of these like OG ones that I'm like, they're out of my price range. I will never get them. And I'm
Mhm.
like, maybe eventually it won't be as trendy and it'll be more affordable, because that would be like sick. Like, I would love that. But at the
That's
same time, I hope they keep making them too, because the other side of it is I'm one of those collectors that I enjoy the hunt. I enjoy finding pops in the wild, partly because it helps me budget and not go crazy ordering stuff.
mm,
But two, it's just exciting to see the new things they're making. So I'm
yeah.
like, I really don't see any bad version of this. Will I want to still collect? Yes. Will it vary on how picky I am? Probably, because we only have so much space, right? And I'm not trying to have them all in storage bins forever, you know? But I don't
Mhm.
see any reason not to. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
why stop? Why not?
that's right. Mhm.
Even if you
Yeah.
trade or sell or buy, or I think
Mm.
that's true with like any collections though. Like, if you get tired of something, you could give it to somebody else, or you could sell it and get something different that you want more fresh, or blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like, keeping
Yeah,
it fresh, ongoing.
that's it. And with Australia here, in the Australian community over in IG on Instagram, they do auctions. So I've seen, yeah, we did auctions on IG.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's really cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Like, Foxy does a lot of that stuff. Fox
Mm.
Crown, you know, on there, and a lot of people I know do, which is cool, because sometimes you can spend very little money and get some like nice pops.
Nice ones.
You
Yeah.
know, because I've known people to get like grails, like big time grails through these like waffles or auctions on there. And I'm like, it's such a smart way to do it. I'm just
Mhm.
not really much of a gambler, so I have avoided it because I do not think I would be that lucky. But like,
Yeah.
it technically is not a bad idea and works really well for some people, you know?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I have a
So
child falling out from under the table. Oh my God.
oh.
Anyway.
Fox Crown says Les love anime, and so does Funko. So the buying and selling will continue to infinity.
To infinity and beyond.
Yeah.
Totally.
Uh-huh.
I'd be fine with that. And Eden, I think the most expensive one I own is probably the Samurai Jack and a Coup 2-pack, because I don't have. Oh my gosh. Oh,
There we go.
sorry, that goes with the tiny
That's all
person
good.
in the room. Oh my gosh. Jed.
Hello to your little one over there.
He's probably going to pop up, because obviously this boy needs some love. Oh my gosh, we're all over the place. Y'all
Yeah,
are crooked.
you can come in the yeah. Yeah.
Now, the only thing about my son is he has a thing about shirts, and he doesn't want to wear one ever.
Oh yeah.
So he's just chilling shirtless and laughing and trying to crawl out from the table. And also wants me to show you his panda.
Oh, that's cute.
No, but my
Yeah.
most expensive. Oh my gosh, Jet. Boy. Oh my gosh, bees. Bees. Lordy. Okay, I'm in trial there, so maybe you're less likely to be dropped.
Yeah.
Anyway, Lord, it's getting wild in here. No, but it's my
It's that
Achilles name
Texas
like
Bulls,
that.
you know.
Right? Oh my God, I need a cowboy hat for all this wildness. But anyway, this
Oh,
is
there you go.
it.
Hello. Hey.
And this is Panda.
And
And that
Panda.
is Panda. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Do you have a name?
Jet and Pando and Fox
Panda.
said witnessed attack on Titan. That's real right now.
Uh-huh.
Me and Mom. Fox
Mm.
is a friend of me and Mom.
Yes, he is. He's our
Oh,
friend. That's
yes.
real.
That's really cool.
But I think
Yeah.
my most expensive one
I
is
love Panda.
like
Love
maybe
pandas?
175 or something like that. I don't have any like grail grills because I know people that have some that are like thousands, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. I'm
Yeah.
definitely not that collector, but I'm not a value collector. I
Mhm.
just get the ones that make me happy.
I love you,
That's it.
Mommy.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's it. And the ones I can afford. And I love you too.
I love you even more.
Little did you know you had an extra co-host in the mix.
Yes. I really thank you for that. Yeah.
It's on top of Dad's blanket.
It is. We
Uh-huh.
put it on a really cool elephant looking blanket. And I take pictures
Every
on
single episode.
it. Every
Oh, yeah.
episode.
So cool.
This blanket has been here our whole
Yeah.
life.
Your whole life. We haven't even owned it your whole life. It kind of feels like it, right? I remember feeling that way.
Mhm.
All right, let's vibrate in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. Boy, you ain't got a shirt on. Go on. He's checking himself out. Oh. If you're
Yeah, nice.
he's gonna get a shirt on. I was like, if you're gonna be on camera, you at least need a shirt.
Yeah.
Hey, Gabriel.
Hello at Alkanoid Dots. Shout out to you. And then we got Gabs is here. Says hey bees, hey lads, yeah.
My camera.
And yeah, and hello to Dream as well. So yeah, so when you go out and you buy a certain Funko Pop, are you selective or do you know straight away which one you want?
Oh, I don't have a plan ever. There is zero
Never.
plans.
Hello.
There's no plans. I literally go and I may want like say 10 in the store. I just go in and I'm like, which one do I like the best? Which one makes the most sense money wise today? Like it really varies. Like there's one pop that I've wanted in like a local pop shop for a while, but I'm just honestly waiting for it to go down in price, which may never happen. But I mean, it's literally to me, it's always a choice between budget and which one I want the most at that time.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you.
I know.
The computer.
He's in two
You're
places.
very handsome boy.
He's on my phone, and he's on the computer. This is crazy. He loves attention. Can you tell?
And I love pandas.
And you love pandas. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to get you a koala or some kangaroo if you like.
I love pandas.
Oh, I know. Brooke had sent me like a little koala, like toy.
Uh-huh.
He got it. He took it.
Nice.
And Fox is my friend.
Yes.
And
Mom's
Fox is your friend. And
Yes.
Mom's friend too. Oh, lovely.
And my granny knows my principal.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay.
And those are my cousins and my uncle.
Did you know he is a Funko collector like mommy?
Yeah.
Do you see all his
That's
blocks?
also a Funko collector.
Yes. Hey, Brett, why don't you grab one of your Funkos and you can show them?
Okay.
Do it. Go
Yeah.
I have dragon Funko Pops.
Oh, Dragon Funko Pops. Oh, lovely. Yeah.
One of the favorite parts of his collection or anything that's like dragon related. He's really into dragons and dinosaurs. So
Nice.
yes.
Yeah.
And he's definitely down under collecting going to take over this interview because that's just how my
This
kid
is
is.
one of my dragon Pops.
Oh, that's very cool. That's a big one, that one, isn't it? Yeah. It's like a 6-inch one, yeah.
Oh yeah. He's got a
Yeah.
few from this. I think this was Game of Thrones, right?
Game of
Don't get
Thrones.
me lying.
Mm.
I don't really know. I didn't watch it, but I know it was pretty
Uh-huh.
popular.
I have other
Yep.
dragon pops.
Yeah.
Oh, you have other Dragon Pops. Nice. Yeah. Hello to Down Under Collecting. Mad
Oh my goodness.
Jester, how you going?
Mommy.
Hey, Bees,
Um,
I'm going to
Okay,
step
Mom.
aside for 1 minute so I can
Oh.
actually talk to you. I'll be right back.
all good. No worries. Yeah. So she'll be back, guys. So thank you. Mega love shout out to you all in the chat, and yeah. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Whoops. Woohoo! Game of Thrones. He knows which pops are cool. How yes.
I'm back. Oh, gosh.
Oh, there we go. Oh no, that's awesome.
Anything
Yeah.
that's like dragon or dinosaur. He also loves penguins, so he was really into like the Chilly Willy and stuff like that.
Penguins. Yeah.
I was like, I'm not that cool. I don't really know the Game of Thrones. I didn't really watch all that, but I know that was like huge. But
Mhm.
obviously, they have some really cool pops. Like, let's get real.
Yeah. Oh, I love children because my work is I work in a childcare. I work as an educator.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, yeah, I got my certificate 3 in doing that, and yeah, so it's always fun working with children, and yeah.
No,
So it's
I
good.
think
Yeah.
I think that's great, and I'm glad because anytime I'm on long lives of any kind, he loves the pop in, and that's actually partly why he knows like Fox Crown and like Silver Haired Wolf and like a few other channels because he's very social and extroverted. If you can't tell, so he's like, "Y'all are here for me. Let's hang out." Like,
That's
definitely,
it.
and he'll find an excuse to sneak in, like, "Oh, sister's being mean to me." Sure, she is. Okay. He just wants to hang out, but no, that's really cool. I'm actually a mental health worker. I'm like I do counseling for a living. So
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely kind of, I feel like the same vein of like helping people. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, it's good. Yeah. Um,
Love
what's this
it.
one? Gab says got all the dragons from Game of Thrones. Yeah.
He has a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't
Yeah.
even know what all he has at this point. He's rotten. He has a lot of dragons. I don't even remember where all they're from. He also has like a couple of the Shinron pops.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah.
know, so those are pretty
The
cool looking with like the Dragon Balls. So
nice. Yeah.
spoiled. He's
Oh.
got a nice collection.
And then down under says
Oh,
the lava chomps is super awesome. Yeah. So I
this
love those
one's
chomp ones.
actually my spouse's.
Uh-huh.
One of mine is like actually my favorite chomp, which is one of mine, is the Dark Forest one. I
Oh,
loved
okay.
it. I was like, it's like
Yeah.
outside and nighttime and trees, like.
Yeah.
But it's also part of like an artist line, you know, where they had like artists like enter to have certain ones made. And that was part of that line, which I think is even cooler because it wasn't just like colors, it was actually like artwork turned into a chomp. And I'm like, how cool is that? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, they come in really nice boxes, looks like. Yeah.
Oh, yes. And they're so cute to open. Have you ever seen one open, Bees?
I've never seen those. I wish I could.
Y'all can see maybe my llama pants. I don't know how much is showing here, but
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
I'm in
nice.
my PJ pants. You know,
That's
I
all
was like,
good.
it's about bedtime here.
It's bedtime. It's bedtime and evening there. So yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can do this without totally destroying everything.
Oh, there we go.
One thing
Look.
I love about getting a new chomp is opening it because it's so cute. And so I'm going to show you why I love it. Like here's just a chomp box.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
So they've got, nice artwork kind of all the way around, but what I think is super cute is when you open them, as you're opening them, their little faces are at the bottom.
Nice.
There's a little chomp at the bottom, and it's on both sides. And I'm like, that's my favorite part. You start opening it, and those little eyeballs pop out, and I'm like,
it just comes out. That is
But
way too
anyway,
cute. Yes,
that is
I
my
love it.
literally my favorite part of opening these boxes is seeing those little
Uh-huh.
faces like. "Ooh." But
Oh
yeah,
wow. And
these
there we
are
go. Yeah.
fun.
Oh, I like it. Yes. Oh,
Just a thick
so
boy,
cool.
super
Uh-huh.
cool.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was gonna get into these, but it's kind of like the sodas. I feel like once you see some of these in person, it's kind of like, okay, this is like way cooler than I thought, and then you're just trapped down this rabbit hole.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Very much. That's
I
really.
love it. Thank you so much for showing that. That was really cool.
Oh, I
I hope
love it. Like I
I
said,
I hope to find some.
that is
Yeah.
my favorite thing is seeing those little eyes pop out. I'm like, how cute is this box? Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
love
Oh,
it.
if I'm ever back to going to Supernova or a con, I'll definitely hunt one of those out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my. I'm like, even if you don't get one, even if you just open it yourself to be like, oh, it's so cute. Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have cons. Like, I want the experience of like going and hanging out with people. Like, I know
Mhm.
it's cool that we've had the virtual ones, but just thinking of the experience of like actually getting to see people and talk nerdiness and collections and you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Mhm.
I'm so ready for that. That'll be so fun.
Uh, Gab says, like me, I studied that as well, but worked in a cafe instead.
There
Oh
you
yes,
go.
yeah,
Whatever works.
yeah. See, working in a female industry,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's cool. Yeah. Um, Shenron, Mad Jester says Shenron is my favorite dragon by far. Yeah.
It's a good one. So
Mhm,
wise choice there. I
mhm.
definitely think I may try to eventually get the glow one they made because they made like I think it is. Isn't that one a 10-inch? Did I
A
make that
10
up?
inch. Yes.
It
There's
is.
a
Yeah.
yeah,
But they have them glowing, and I'm like, how
and a
cool is
glow
that?
one. Hmm.
Yes. Because we've
Yeah.
got some like Jet has two of the 6-inch ones. He has like I think a red one and the gold one, which is super cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Very cool.
Um, Down under says, who runs the world?
Yes. No, totally. I remember one of like my first videos when I can't remember which one, but I was, you have to use hashtags. And I remember one of the hashtags I used was support a nerd, but then I'm like, no one else uses this. I don't know that this is even helpful, but like that was kind of like that fun of like we're all nerdy and chilling out. So like just go support each other kind of a thing. So
Oh, that's cool.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And have you been to like say like the Comic Cons over there or not?
The only thing that I've been anywhere close to is they have like small little cons here where I live, but it's like nothing,
Yeah.
nothing compared to anywhere else. So like
Yeah.
the first big one that we were trying to go to got shut down like in the beginning of all of this. And we're like,
Mhm.
are you serious? We were finally going to a big one. So like that's another part of my like really wanting to go is I'm like, I have known so many people to go and I'm like, dang, we
Mhm.
just need to get back there because I've been wanting to experience like these big shows with like these
Yeah.
people that do these voices we enjoy or even movies or I don't even care. Like somebody could just be dressed as Batman and I'd probably be excited, okay? But I just
Yeah.
think it's just fun to again like it just the community side of it if that makes sense. And
That's right.
especially doing YouTube and Instagram, I'm like, man, it definitely pulls you into the community more and I'm like I just
Mhm.
want to be with other people that enjoy what I enjoy, you know?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, like I do cosplay. So I'm trying to do a Superman suit. What is it? A Spider-Man suit actually at the moment. But I did
Nice.
I did costume Star Lord from. So I've got that actual Hasbro helmet and the jacket. And yeah, and
Don't
I got
dress
the
that
whole.
way around my mother. You'll give her a heart attack. She's got a crush, I swear. I know she'll admit it, but it's real.
Yeah,
She
and
loves some Star Lord, so good choice.
she loves Star Lord.
I'll
Oh,
be like,
nice. Yeah.
Mom, don't watch the video. This is a man that dresses up like that. Calm down.
Uh-huh.
No, that's awesome though. I love it when people
Yeah.
cosplay. Like My
Yeah.
sister's done that before where she's dressed up by certain characters and things, and it's really creative.
It is.
I've
It's
just
fun.
never tried it, but I'm like,
Hmm.
it looks like a blast, honestly. You
Yeah.
know?
Hmm. Yeah. And then getting parents or their children that actually want to come up to you and take a photo, and it's really spectacular. I love that. And going to those cons as well is the seeing the art series of um actual art prints. That's really cool as well, and the panels as well are really fun and enjoying. Yeah.
Oh, like
Mhm.
I'm so like jelly. I want to go do all this stuff. And I do
Mhm.
think that's cool. Like people that enjoy like your work that you put in into these outfits that a lot of people do. Cause I know other people that are really in it, do a lot of
Yeah.
costume, a lot of work on costumes. And like you said, even with like little kids, you get to be you literally get to be a superhero for a minute. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
How cool is that? It's
It's like,
so
hey, that's
cool.
Star-Lord. I'm like, yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Hmm. Um,
Do you have any pictures of you dressed up? Because if not, you should.
yeah, so on my IG, on my Instagram, I have some of the photos there. That's me walking in the Comic Con called Supernova here,
And you're
and
saying I need to creep and go back further. Done. Deal. I'll do it.
but yeah, but when I have the whole mask on and things like that, yeah. But definitely, I'll definitely show you some pics. So, Supernova here, Comic Con is in April. So that can't wait for that one. But then again, in November, right before my birthday, that one happens here in Brisbane. But
So your
yeah,
birthday's in November?
in November, yes.
My husband's is November too. His last year was right on
Huh.
Thanksgiving. And I was like, it's okay because thankfully he likes pie. And I was like, perfect. Let's
Uh-huh.
tag team it.
Yes,
Thanksgiving meal / birthday pie. Easy.
Seth's birthday. mine's mine's on the sixth of November. My birthday. Hmm.
There you go. Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm a summer baby. I'm in
Oh
June.
yeah, in June. Oh, right when my mum's July. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So um, aside from the Funko Pops, is there anything that you love to collect? So you're big on chomps and you're big on the sodas. Yeah. Is there anything
Yes.
else?
I don't know. Like I said, always Batman. I'm a weirdo. I will always love
Batman,
me some
of
Batman. I don't
course.
know what it
Yes.
is.
Mhm.
I definitely enjoy Poison Ivy's. Okay, I'm gonna nerd out a little bit talking about my Batman moment because there's actually a box sitting right here that will just add to the Batman vibes. Okay, feel free to
Oh, yes.
judge me all you want. I bought a Batman.
Oh, I love it. Oh, wow. It's got even the Batman symbol on the
It's
toast. Nice.
Batman toast. Oh
Oh,
my gosh, this is my life. You
oh,
know,
that's I
but
love it. It's awesome.
right, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's something for sure that's big. But I also love poetry a lot. So mind you, I don't get to read a whole lot just because my job. I feel like sometimes I have to read too much stuff. But when I do get
Yes.
to casually read, I really love poetry and I like collecting certain books like that. I like honestly a lot of different things. As weird as this sounds, I like t-shirts. So I feel
Mhm.
like that's like a weird collection thing. I love, and this is not something I get to hold on to, but I love food.
Food,
So
yeah.
I'm a foodie. So I love getting to explore and try new foods and things. So that was something that's been fun about some of my friends that are overseas is getting to like exchange food, as silly as that sounds, and
Hmm.
snacks and like, but like I said, I don't get to hold on to that, but that's definitely a path is something that I think is fun to kind of again continue to explore and reach out. But
Yeah.
I don't know, really honestly. And Pokemon, we're big into Pokemon. I'm a honestly a pack collector more than anything else. I like the
Hmm.
vintage packs. Plushies. I enjoy those. Like I have a lot of a lot of Yoshi plushies for my Nintendo vibe. We've got the
Nice.
Pokemon ones.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't know, just all kinds of little things. I love art. I do art too. Like really, honestly, as long as it makes me happy, I'm about it. I'll put it that way. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
all kinds of things
Yeah.
get my fancy. Okay, so it really just depends. Um, yeah,
You can't
it
put
really just varies.
you can't put a price on happiness. Yeah. So
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
I'm like that's working for me. Need it, you know. But
Yeah.
also, I think a lot of the things I like are more about things that I have connections to. So it's not really like I'm just spending tons of money because I do not have it. You know,
Mhm.
it's more what's something reasonable where I can get something that I'm like connects to a special memory, or even like I said, just cool or
Yeah.
fun or happy in some way. So I'm all over the place. I'll just put it that way. All the things.
Awesome.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, that's like these ones here. Like they're not all in like categories yet, but hopefully yeah, like I love to, you know, when I do move into another house, I'd love to have like a basement where you can just display them nicely and have them all good.
Oh, like
Yeah.
your own special home? Yes, that would be
Mm.
so cool. That was one thing with us. We were like, man, I wish we had like an extra bedroom that could just be a collector room because
Yes.
technically it's like we really don't have the space. It just integrates everywhere. But I
Mhm.
have seen people like some collectors that are some next level that I'm like, I don't even know how you get to be that cool and have this stuff. I've seen people that have rooms with big life-size statues and
Mm.
all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, that would be so cool, you know? But it's
Yeah.
wild. But I do agree. It would be nice to
Mhm.
have a space that's not just like adding into some other type of space, but a space that is purely a collecting room. You know,
Mm.
like that's so fun.
It
Because I
is.
know, like
Yeah.
most of us, we're just tag teaming it with something else, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's just real. Oh, and Gabriel, I feel ya saying he's into Superman and Britney Spears.
Yes, Superman and Britney Spears. So they have made the new Britney Spears ones. So yeah, I've seen the one there too. Yeah,
They made
yeah,
the one with her. Wasn't? Don't they have like a glitter one with the snake? Did I just make that
yes.
up? Isn't that one?
So that
That's a
they
cool
have
one.
that
And
one.
I remember when that video was so popular back in the day.
Mhm,
That was a
mhm.
thing.
So it's like yeah, the metallic Britney Spears with the snake. Yeah, yeah. I got that pop one, but I'm still on the. So this up here on as all the music ones. So
Yeah,
you've got Queen, you've got Guns N' Roses, you've got Elvis Presley ones.
nice.
Yeah, Post Malone, Johnny Cash. Yeah, um, and love the some of the other ones like Shania Twain. And yeah,
No,
so
you got some good ones there. I have tried not getting into what am I trying to say, like the rock lines and all that, because I feel for me, it could easily be another like black hole of collecting because again, they have such a variety and I like a wide range of music, you know what I
mhm,
mean? So I'm like,
yeah,
I feel like it's like when would it stop? You know? Because a lot of lines I try to pick my favorites, but with music, I'm like, there's a lot of favorites, you know?
mhm,
So
yeah,
I'm like,
absolutely, yeah. There's
I
a
think
lot
it
of
might
them.
be able to stop. It could be a problem. That's
Mhm,
real.
mm.
But I
And
do like you've got some old school like classics. You know what I mean? Like Johnny
yeah.
Cash, epic. You know, there's a lot
Yeah.
in there. Like I like music everywhere from like country to hip hop to
Mhm,
metal to I mean pop. It's like punk music. I like all the music. So I'm like, how would I ever
mhm.
whittle this down? I don't even know.
Yes. You know what, Laz, I love to see, you know, with Funko being made, I love to see, like, you know, if you got the voice there, this is the voice. I love to see them make them with some few judges, and then hitting that red button, and then
With the whole
yeah,
setup, yes, that would be
yeah,
cool.
that'd be awesome, yeah.
No, yeah, totally, totally. I feel there's a
Um,
lot they could make like the I what are they even called? I don't know, like the deluxe ones, you know, where there's all kinds of little scenes with like iconic people or shows or things that yeah, I totally agree. They can make some pretty epic pops.
pretty good ones. Yeah.
Yeah, that we all would enjoy just because again, like even with like the voice, like stuff that we've watched and know, you know what I mean?
Mm,
And
yeah.
yes, you're right, metallic. I totally was messed up on it, but I just knew it was shiny, Gabriel. I knew it was shiny.
Yeah. And George, TV, how are you? Yes.
Hey.
Um, yeah. And then Gab says, yeah, they made Toxic, what is it? And Oops, Red
And
Suit,
the
but
Oops, I
they
Did It Again,
released
right?
Toxic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Make me wait till May. That's so fun. Honestly, sometimes I like when they space stuff out because I'm like, save my wallet, okay, Funko? Because sometimes they do drop after drop after drop after drop, and I'm like, I'm either gonna have to do without or have to cry a little bit, you know, because it can end up being a lot at one time, a lot of money, you know.
That's right. Yeah. Um, and then Mad Jester says, "Don't forget about my lovely Mariah Carey." Oh yes, Mariah Carey. I love that Christmas one of her as well.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
agreed. It's classic.
Um,
Gabriel, they need to make the Mortal Kombat fatality pops. Very cool.
and now Dave Craze, hey going.
Hey.
Hello everyone. Oh yes, they need make Mortal Kombat. So that movie is coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
And then
My other kid just walked in looking at me like,
uh, I think it's the fact that they are trying to make them kid friendly that you won't see MK yes,
those fatality ones, you know, you
fatality
probably
pops,
are
yeah.
right because they're trying to hit like a diverse range of people. But
Mhm.
that's also one of the fun things about a lot of these people that do some really epic customizing because a
Mm,
lot of the pops that people want, there are some really talented people that will make these versions that people are hoping for that might not actually come out. And I've even seen that with like, for instance, one of the shows that I really wanted to make, I'm trying to think what it's called. My mind just went, one of the animes I like, I've seen people that they've made customs that look as real can be, you know, which is awesome. So if you just want a custom, you can get some pops that haven't come out or may
mhm,
not. But also, some people are doing things where they'll add like blood or they'll add slime or they'll make them glow and maybe they don't, you know. So I'm like, technically, if you have a wish and if you're
mhm,
willing to spend the cost for a custom from somebody, you can technically get whatever you want. Like, I'm pretty sure there's probably someone out there that could make those fatality pops, you know what I mean? And you could
mm,
have it, but
yeah.
you may not get it straight from Funko. But again, that's something that's cool because it's like bringing artists into the collecting more where they're
Mhm,
getting to use their skills to help enhance what we want. You know what I mean? So nice. And it's also supporting an artist, which is cool too.
that's right, yes. And I've seen custom ones where they've done that Prince of Bel-Air one, but yeah,
They made a
uh,
lot of epic
mhm,
customs. That's one thing I love about being on Instagram is I'm
mhm,
like, man, I see some cool customs and I'm like, people do some awesome stuff. Or
really
I
cool.
learn about pops that I didn't know existed where I'm like, when did that come out? And it could have been like
Yes,
years ago and I just learned about it, you know?
yeah.
For sure.
Mm. So Gab says, true that was my wallet got a big beating
Mine too.
earlier. Both Brittany, Bewitched, Killer Frost, Tails flocked, and Chandler Bing
Dang.
flocked. My wallet is crying and screaming.
Same.
Oh,
Same. I feel
yeah,
for you. And by the way, that Chandler being flocked was insanely cute. Like, they did really good on that flocking. Like, it looks so furry and cute.
it
I
is
was like,
cute, isn't it?
I didn't even necessarily plan to get it. And then I saw it in person and I was like, I have to. I have to.
Yeah. Hmm.
So cute. But yeah, no, it's horrible sometimes because you're like, I need too much. And I definitely am going to have to work extra just to afford my hobby.
Mm. So,
Reality.
how about you? Like, what about the pops that are from the toy fairs? So do you know which ones those ones are that you love to try and get?
Um, really, I didn't necessarily plan like with the, like, say the con that we just passed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the old, like my big goals were, of course, like anime ones, and to
Yeah.
me, like there's a lot I wanted, and I'll definitely be dropping a video soon to talk about those.
Oh,
But
nice.
like I mainly just go in with like a main one or two that I want. So I'm not necessarily blowing a budget. And then I just make sure to kind of, and this is where I say I like to go in the wild. So I may not
Yes.
always get like those stickers that people want, like the whatever, but
Mhm.
I love going in and just getting my eyes on them, checking them out, and being like, how much do I need this? So I guess my not so amazing answer is I don't really plan. I just go in and see what feels right in the moment and how much money I'm okay setting on fire for my collection. And I get those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just really kind of varies. But I think to me, that's part of the excitement in it is that I don't have a for sure list, but also in not making like lists for myself. Like, mind you, I have a wish list, but what I mean is like, I don't go in with a game plan, so I'm not disappointed either. You know what I mean? To where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, they ran out before I got there, or someone stole the last one, or blah, blah, blah. It's like, here's one that I think's cool, taking it home. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Do you have a
Absolutely.
list? Like, what are you
So,
thinking?
so for me, like when I look at those things that pop up on IG and from the toy fair, I kind of like try to get it selective. Like, say, what do I really collect out of my collection? So,
Yes.
what are the pops that I really need? And yeah, and then try to see if I could work out a way I can do. But there's so many that you really, really want, and then it's hurting your wallet, as Gab says. But
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, I
yeah.
kind of agree. That's what I'm saying. I just kind of like go with the flow, and I'm like, if I
Mhm.
did it, cool. If not, cool. And just again, it's just like it's whatever. Because I see so many people that get their hearts broken over drops and missing things, and I'm like, I always want it because a big part of this is it's meant to be fun. So
That's right.
that's why I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I don't try to overinvest in lines or certain pops. If it happens, exciting. If it doesn't happen, it's cool, because again, it's just meant as an enhancement, not a requirement for me to be happy, but like these little bonuses. And I'm
Yes.
like, so if I don't have these hard set plans, like I said, I'm not disappointed. If I get
Mhm.
something, woo. If I don't, my day is right where it was before. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yes. And I know Caitlin from Unicorns.
Yes.
There, she said, it's not a competition.
It's a
Yeah,
community.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yes. I love
that's
her.
awesome.
She's so fun.
I know. Yes, it's super cool. Yeah, and yeah. So um,
I
yeah.
agree. I agree.
Mhm.
It's about us having fun together. And I think sometimes we can get so involved that we forget that. And I'm
Mhm.
like, that is one of my biggest goals is to not lose sight of that because, like, to me, that's the whole part of getting started. Because, again, life is stressful. I don't want my hobby to be stressful. You know,
Yeah.
it's the whole
Mhm.
point of a hobby to enjoy
Yeah,
yourself,
to
right?
enjoy it. Yeah, and then yeah. Um,
Definitely.
what's this one from Gabs? Says when I first started collecting, I used to buy all of the inline. About 2 years ago, stopped that and cut down now. Just collect the ones I really like. That doesn't
Which is smart
towards.
because, again, that can just be a spacing issue and money because I swear some of these lines that we like, all of a sudden Funko's like, I should make 1,000 of this one line. And you're like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, I can't do all of them.
Yeah,
Like even
and
like friends, she's saying, I feel like they're just making more and more and more. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's just a lot.
yeah. Kids, yeah, me. I just made a what's that one?
Dookie poop. There you go.
Ah. um, Pickup Pop says the treasure skeleton from ECCC looked great, such as good mold. Yes,
Oh yeah, that one looks sick with the glow too. That was
yes.
one that I could say like technically I want, but like didn't expect to get because it's so limited. and definitely not spending those eBay prices on it. But that's one that I definitely appreciate as a pop, if that makes sense. But zero expectation to ever own it. But I'm like, it's pretty epic looking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was expensive. I think I saw it for like $400 on eBay, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh wow,
No
400.
way.
Oh.
I'm like, I
Oh,
don't
that's
make money
good.
like that. That's not happening.
And tell us about this, the Mardi Gras thing that you did with your blog, and were you all a group that did this thing? Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh, it was so fun. I was really happy because there's a lot of channels that do swaps like that.
Yep.
And they talked about maybe eventually even expanding to international, some of them, which would be cool because obviously we've got channels all over the place. But yeah, I just got invited in, and several of us, we got it was two types of channels. It was Disney collectors and Funko collectors. And then they matched us up. Like, I was Funko, so I got matched with a Disney channel, and we gave each other boxes that they had, I guess you could say certain items, like include a Funko, include a Disney pen, a cup or something. And it was so fun to get to honestly specially pick out, it's like picking out a present for somebody. And we got to do it with multiple channels, but it was just two channels exchanging. And it's a nice way to connect a group of people to where we're all supporting each other's channels. But we also got to give and receive gifts, which is so fun. You know what I mean? How is that not fun?
And
So
the
I loved
box,
doing a swap. It was great.
the box was amazing. They're decorated, and it's all got lovely.
Oh yeah, it's so put together. And my thing, honestly, I loved my box, but I also loved actually watching her open my box because she put a lot of thought into mine, I put a lot of thought into hers, and her reaction, that's what I think a lot of us feel that way when we send boxes. That's the nice thing about knowing there's going to be a video for an opening, and I like to do that when people send me gifts so they get to see me respond to it, unless they're like, don't open this, which I've never had that happen. But it's just fun to see someone light up and be excited about something you've done,
Absolutely.
Oh my God, it was like the best day ever. I was like, she liked it.
Yeah.
But oh no, I felt spoiled. She decorated the inside and everything. And I was like, I am not that put together as a human being. So it was like,
yeah. I really love watching your channel, the Mac Dorks pop, and also I love Geeky Mama Bear, and you guys are awesome.
all good channels. But Dorks cracks me up. They did over the holidays. I don't know if you saw them, but they did a set of lives I got to thankfully be a part of. But they were doing contests for decorating cookies. It was so fun. We just all talked nonsense and made cookies, and it's so much fun. But they're just very lively, colorful people, you know what I mean? And they're just fun. And Geeky Mom Bear is so knowledgeable and nice, and yes, I love all these channels. They're a lot of fun. And I'm glad you enjoy my channel. Thank you.
I do, always. Yes. And so those are the overseas ones, really. So cool. And can't forget K&L as well. He's awesome.
Yes, he's a cool dude for sure. Yes. And he's very supportive of a lot of people, and that's something else I like about him. He's in I swear he's in all the lives, always saying, hey, you know what I mean? He's definitely in it, which is cool.
Yes. Yeah.
All the support.
Yes. So what are your favorite places to shop? So do you have favorite places that you shop over there?
Yes, mainly because I'm it's kind of where I live is kind of between it's like a city, but it's not a big city, if that makes sense. I grew up in a real tiny town, so to me it's enormous, but we don't really have the same amount of shopping options that some places do. So it's really we have a Walmart, but the one where I am almost never has a pop. And then we have Target, and it's real hit or miss at ours, but it's probably because of the population size. We don't always look out on drops. Sometimes, like this TargetCon was epic for us, but
Yeah.
we had one drop here where they got 2 pops, and that was it. And it was like, what just happened? So I think my favorite place, just because we don't have a box lunch, we don't have like a lot of these places people have, but we have a place called Geek Vinyl, and it's like a local family opened up this business. And right now, there was actually a man that ended up giving this down to his daughter, and she owns this store, and they're just selling Funko, and
Oh,
it is
well.
epic. So it's like just like a mom and pop style Funko store,
Oh,
which is
wow.
so cool because it's supporting local people. You know what I mean? And it's like just a whole store of pops. So it's just epic, basically, because it started with this man with this huge collection that was like, maybe I should start selling some of these. And then it's
Yeah.
just evolved, and they do a lot of different things. But I mean, it's pretty much it's purely collectibles and mostly pops. Like I said, they have some Dorbs and a few other things, but I love going there because it's really the main store to do that here. And they're very nice to us, and they like to bring in customers. They do sales on occasion. So like that is our spot for sure,
Yeah.
and they'll get like older pops in too. So sometimes we'll get pops we've missed in the past. They try to get in like the new ones as they can. They're good about pre-orders. So I'm just really thankful we have that, because otherwise it'd be a lot harder to collect here for sure. Do you have a
Definitely.
lot of options shopping where you are?
So, uh, like, uh, my favorite shop, yeah, some like a lot of these places like GameStop and Barnes and Noble and, yeah, what's the other one over there called?
We have a Hot
Uh,
Topic.
Hot Topic, yes. We don't have any of those here in Australia, but we do have like EB Games, Zing is like yeah, another one, and my local is Game Traders. So
Right.
that's like a card, and then if it's on the 12th one here, you
Oh,
get a
that's
free
cool.
you get a free one, and they stamp it each time you get a pop, and then this one, goes into a raffle, and you win a chase of a selection of what they have in their store. So
Nice.
really really good, owners, really good friends with the owners over there at Game Traders. Yeah,
Well, and it
and
really is cool when they try to like almost spoil you a little bit, because that's what I would think of. That's kind of spoiling, because they don't have to do stuff like that. It's kind of
mm,
like here, they'll do discounts or they'll do wheels for discounts. They
yeah,
actually do mystery boxes on occasion, which is
mhm,
just fun, where they'll include like custom shirts or different things. Like we got one for Christmas. So I love it when it's a small shop like that, because I feel
yeah,
they always really try to make it a good experience. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Like that's
absolutely,
fun. Getting into a
yeah.
drawing, like what? Maybe big
Yeah.
businesses start doing that. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yeah, and I love how, because they actually know like these collectors that come in and they want to, and they're always buying those, so that's why they're giving them more of a chance to do these things. But on
Yes.
top of that, there's they have competition like on a Thursday night where they have Pokemon cards. So you know how like you guys
Right.
love the Pokemon. So they have like tournaments where, so the store is here, and then outside there they have like a food court there, and
Yes.
so they all sit there and they all, you yeah, compete and love to get into the Pokemon cards.
That's
Yeah.
cool. They there's a place here at the mall that they'll have like tournaments for I feel like they tend to do more Yu-Gi-Oh, which
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I
Oh.
I never got into the physical Yu-Gi-Oh game, but I
Mhm.
really was into Duel Links for a while, and I don't know if you're familiar. It's like it's the app version, like game that you can play on your phone. But
Mm.
like that was the one I got into. But I know people that do like the actual physical game. Like I have a nephew, but it's the same type of thing where they have like a competition. People can go out at tables and compete, and I'm like,
That's it. Yeah.
it's cool, it's fun,
It
you
is.
know.
It is. Yeah. Oh, and I love watching. I love watching those. It's real cool.
They can
Yeah.
get intense. People get pretty hardcore. There's some skills
Uh-huh.
there. I'm like, I'm too ADHD for all that, but I can respect someone that can, do those for sure.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Um. So yeah. Um. So what's this one? I'm not sure if it is. What is your take when Funko releases a same mold but makes it a flocked, glow in the dark, glittered, metallic? Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, where they get a little wild and they're taking our money slowly. No, I feel like honestly, obviously people buy them, people enjoy them. They continue to do this and make it because there is a market for it. Some people are just completionists, so they want all the versions, or some people wait for the one that they like the best. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, like with the Itchy and Scratchy from The Simpsons, that
Mhm.
was one that we have held off because we're kind of assuming, could be wrong, but we're like, maybe they'll do flocked,
Flocked
or
ones.
maybe
Yes.
even a flocked 2-pack because they do that so often that sometimes it will affect when we buy because we're not going to buy every version. So we're
Mhm.
going to pick our favorite and either wait for it or just specifically buy that one and maybe not get all of them. But I do think it's in some ways nice because there is variety, which obviously we can pick and choose.
Yeah.
I do get where people are like, seriously, don't make me buy 1,000 of the same pop, like shake it up. But at the same time, even though they make a million sometimes of the same mold, they also, if you think about it, where people are like, hey, be more creative, make more versions, more characters,
Mhm.
I feel like they slowly do, which is why there's like thousands and thousands and thousands of pops because not all of those are repeated molds. You know what I mean? So, like, they give us variety and options of the same pops, but they also give us overall variety. So, I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't really hate on them too much because maybe one, I'm like, dang, that diamond would be cool, or I'd love that one flocked
Or the
more.
metallic.
You
Oh,
know
yeah.
what I mean?
I like
But
it.
it's kind
Yeah.
of like even with the Pokemon, there are so many other Pokemon that I think would be sick as a pop. But I'm like, I don't blame them for getting a variety of some of the more popular ones, some of the more familiar with other people ones, because again, we're buying them and they're going to keep making them as long as we support them financially. So we're kind of asking for it. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah. And I have some of those ones, the Chester, the cheetah ones, and that that is like I like how they did the hot and spicy one, how
Mhm.
they got that flame base,
Yes, agreed.
and then yeah, and then they did a really cool glitter of the Chester, yeah, and yeah, so I really love how they do that. But if they were to make it, as you said, like a different mold, but like still keep that, that'd be really interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
that's why I'm like, there's times where I wish they'd expand, but I'm also like not upset they don't, if that makes sense. Like, it's kind of like whatever. If for some people they want a bunch of different colors, or they want the chrome and the glitter, and I'm like, they're really tailoring to multiple types of collectors. So where some of us may be irritated, other people may be like giddy as ever. So I'm like, it's just tailoring to a bunch of different types of collectors. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Although now
Absolutely, yeah.
you've really made me want some Cheetos, by the way. Like, I think our favorite is the jalapeno cheddar. I don't know if you've had that one.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I don't
It's
think I have. No, I'll
it's
have to
pretty
try that.
amazing. You need to try it. Just throwing that out there.
So what is I know like Brooke from 95 sent you some Vegemite. Now have
Yes.
you tried the Vegemite? Yeah.
Yes. I
Uh-huh.
actually, like, when I tried it, because I wanted her to be able to see me, I actually, on my IG, which is like a million posts long, I actually made a short video of me biting it and trying it. But she was sweet, and I don't know if you saw in that video or not, but she had made me like a little instruction page, which was
Yes,
so
I did
flippin'
see
cute.
that.
Like she
Yes.
literally wrote
Uh-huh.
out, and
Uh-huh.
she told me to try it with cheese. So like immediately, oh my gosh, what is happening? My kids are like, ah, into the door. She immediately told me to try it with cheese. So I got bread and I got some, honestly, like pepper jack cheese because I like spicy things. And I put a layer of the Vegemite on there, and I tried a bite, and I was like, it's a little strong, but it wasn't like bad. It was just unique, if that makes sense, because it has a very distinct flavor that I'm like, I've never had something that tastes like this. And then from there, I literally I did what she told me on the instruction, which was a very thin layer. And when I did like her exact look, I was like, I got this. I can do it. But it
Yes.
almost has like where you can almost tell it's a little healthy taste, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely a whole unique experience. But like I said, it wasn't actually bad by any means. It was just you have to
Oh,
find the right amount to enjoy it in the right way,
that's
which
right.
to me was definitely with cheese. Like
Mm.
proud
With cheese
supporter of put some cheese with your Vegemite. Okay.
and some little crackers, Vickies, to go with it. It's always good. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh, she sent some
Yes.
good crackers. Hold
Oh
on,
yeah.
I'm so sorry, child wildness.
That's
I'm
all
so
good.
sorry.
Uh-huh. Um, yeah. So I'll be back in a minute. Um, so yeah.
Please, I'm so sorry. It's
Oh no, you're right,
chaos.
lovely. You're all good. You're a good
I'm
love. No
so
worries.
sorry. No, everything she sent me was so cool. Like the
Uh-huh.
crackers, I can't even remember the flavors. I got like 3 flavors. They were all freaking awesome. Like
Mhm.
everybody tried them. Like my mom, my sister, my kids. Like all y'all snacks are delicious. Okay, like we were like, man, I would be so like gaining the weight if I had these just on the regular. Like
Yep.
they were good and like full flavor. So y'all are definitely getting the snack game right. Just throwing that out there. It was all good.
And you tried shapes, yeah? The shapes, is it called? Yes, those ones. Yeah. Mm, yeah, that's nice.
Yes, it was. They were good. I was like,
Yeah.
she said that it was like a typical snack, I guess, at gatherings, and I was like, y'all know what's up.
Yeah. A comment from Gabs. When I
Yeah,
first started,
come here, come here.
um,
Oh my god, bees! I'm so glad you're patient with me.
oh, you're welcome, love. No worries. Uh-huh.
Sister was mean to me. Sister almost killed me.
Oh my goodness, she did not. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm
Oh,
back.
that's all good. That's okay. Yeah.
I feel
Um.
like any parents hashtag can relate to the struggle right now, or even if you've cared for little kids,
Mhm. Definitely understand that.
the
Yeah.
struggle is real. Okay,
That's all good.
it's real.
Always take your time, yeah. Gabs just said, when I first started collecting, I used to buy all in a line, but 2 years ago stopped that and cut down. Now just collect the ones I really like. That
Which
doesn't
is
count towards
really
grading.
smart because it gets
Um,
way out of control.
yeah.
I
Like
like that Gabe
summer.
said, I think I'm the only Aussie that doesn't like Vegemite. That's funny.
Oh, what's that one? Oh, yes. I see the one down there. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I get it because, like, I really do think it's one of those things. Like Brooke mentioned, it's just something people grow up with, so it's like
Yeah.
obviously an acquired taste. But like I
Mhm.
said, to me, I see that as like purposely picking a healthy food, if that makes sense, because it's what it tastes like to me. It's not like let me go have my dessert or my favorite snack. It's like I know this has health benefits, so I'll eat it. You know.
Uh-huh.
Because I looked up Vegemite. I was like, it does have some bit, like, there's all those B vitamins. They're all in there. It has a purpose. It's good. Maybe a little bit of salt, maybe a little too much, but lots of vitamins. I was like, it's good for you. I get why everybody's eating it. For sure. Oh no, it's froze. Ah. Am I froze? Bees, you're froze. I love. There you are.
Oh, we're back. Oh, that's all good. Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
you're good.
Sorry
I
about
was
that.
like, oh no, it's froze.
Yeah, so
I'm
I
supposed
think
to be getting
the
some Marmite, by the way, which I'm excited to try that.
I love Marmite actually. I
I
prefer
haven't
that
had it
over
yet.
Vegemite.
I'm supposed to have
Uh-huh.
it soon. I'm gonna try it. We'll see.
Yeah. And I love peanut butter yeah. And Nutella mixed together, which is yeah, so
Ooh, Nutella is actually this is gonna sound weird, but years ago I know someone that they would make sandwiches with Nutella and marshmallow fluff. You know, like the
oh,
big
really?
like the spreadable marshmallow fluff. It was
Mhm.
actually pretty good. Like I'd probably weigh
Oh,
like a lot of weight if I actually ate that on the regular. So that's like a rare occasion food, but it's pretty
yeah.
good. Just throwing that out there.
Nice. Oh, definitely have to try that then. With
You're
marshmallow,
like
eh?
now on my
Marshmallow.
list of guilty foods. Marshmallow fluff and Nutella. There you go.
Mhm. There we are. Yeah. Um,
And by the way, I actually was shocked Vegemite wasn't terrible because I thought it was gonna be. Because there's a lot of people you see try it and they act like they're gonna die or something dramatic. And I'm like, it really wasn't that bad. Like, I don't
mhm.
even get it. Unless people are just eating too much, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a limit on the amount, okay?
Yeah. Um, okay. That one. Do you remember what was the very first pop that you ever reviewed on your channel?
Oh, Lordy. I was like, maybe I can look it up real
Uh,
quick. Let's see. Does it even show?
maybe
It
mine was.
says it was something from Retro Toys, App Icons, and DC Heroes. So whatever that was, those.
Oh,
But no,
okay.
I honestly have no idea. Oh wait, that's
Yeah.
not even my first video. Just kidding. That wasn't even it. I'm not even on the right video. I'm so distractible. But I have
Oh, that's
no
okay.
idea, Bees. I was just scared. I didn't even know the right way to put the camera. My first video and first thumbnail were both vertical. And thankfully,
Uh-huh.
I had some nice people in the community. Like, I think it was Dr. Applesauce. And oh my gosh, who was the other one? Oh my gosh, I can picture him. I can think of his real name and I cannot think of his channel name. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna think of it later and be like, ugh. But anyway, I had a couple YouTubers that were like, hey, heads up, turn your
Mhm.
camera. And I was like, I didn't even know. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I think
Uh-huh.
that's part of where I don't remember is because it was just so nerve wracking to put myself out there. Because for all I
Mhm.
know, people could have been like, get off of here, you're terrible. You know what I mean? But
Mm.
again, Funko is like one of those communities. Most people are really sweet and welcoming. So it was actually a good experience. But to me, it was just all the nerves of getting through it and getting going, if that makes sense. So I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Obviously. And I'm very distractible. I'm just like trying to scroll and I'm like, that's not even the right video. But
Yeah.
no, I have no clue. I know it was back in September because at the time, with like us not being able to go out as much and just trying to think of ways to like have fun, do something different, and even like interact more with people, I was like, why not start a YouTube channel? Why not?
Mhm.
So, and then it's obviously continued from there. But do you remember
Awesome.
yours? Because I feel like your memory's a lot better than mine.
Yeah. So I believe mine pretty much was like Spider-Man one that
Nice.
I have. But yeah. But for me, you know, what happened with me is I didn't actually start doing it on YouTube. I started doing it on Instagram. So and then I started doing getting the comics and
Yeah.
then reviewing some of the pops that I got. But then what really influenced me to make a YT channel is my mum. She absolutely was like, oh, you know, make a YouTube channel because she has a YouTube channel herself, and
What?
yeah, and she does a lot of live streaming.
That's
and
cool.
helping people grow their channel, and yeah, so it's really really nice.
So she's like, just
And
join me. Get on YouTube. Let's do this. No,
yeah, so
that's
sometimes
cool.
yeah. So sometimes she'll go, "Oh, come on my live and, try to communicate with the people in the chat." And because I'm not, yeah, I'm hopeless, like going on the chat and
Yeah.
reading the comments, and trying to get that development of, yeah, knowing how to do
Yes.
all that. But
No, that's
yeah,
really cool. Well, it's also nice that she's familiar and was already used to YouTube and lives, because it's like, it's not like you just know going in. You know what I mean? Most of us are like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll try it. So
mhm.
I think that's really cool. You have that support. I kind of started with IG too, because I didn't have
Oh
an
yeah,
Instagram until really close to getting a YouTube channel. But
mhm.
most of the people I was following had YouTube channels, and I was like,
YouTube channels,
this seems
yeah.
fun. Why am I not involved? Do you know what I mean? But by
Mhm.
the way, I had to look it up because I was like, oh my gosh, what was my first video on? And it was actually
Yes.
a spastic mystery box. And I
Oh wow.
remember, I want to say that was one I got a Diamond Ursula in. And from Nickelodeon, do you remember? I can't think, what was it called? It was like Angry Beavers. I got the Flop
Mhm.
2-pack from them. And I don't
Yeah.
remember if that was all of it or not, but I started with a mystery box because I was like, this is cool. I've never ordered one before. I'll order one, I'll make a video. And it just felt like
Mhm.
the right thing to do at the time. So that's where my channel, I guess, started. But I was
Nice.
having fun trying to just make funny pictures of like collectibles on Instagram first, kind of like you're saying with Instagram, where
With
I like
Instagram.
made a shirt out of Pokemon energy cards, or I made some photos where some like plushies were creeping in on me, or like just silly things like that, or trying to make some cool pictures with pops. So it
Yeah.
started of me trying to share just visuals that I thought were entertaining or made me laugh or seemed fun or cool. And then it's
Mhm.
evolved to where, now it's mostly like YouTube and sharing Funko stuff. But I started with IG too. But again, I'm still like a
Nice.
baby. I'm such a noob with all of this. It's still pretty new to me. It's only been so many months, but
Mhm.
I know I'm glad I did it. Obviously, you're stretching far into the community, because that was something I thought was unique and cool about your channel. Is as
Yeah.
I've noticed you're doing interviews with people all over the world, and you're continuing to reach
Mhm.
out and get to know people. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
think that's a cool way to do it. You know,
Yeah.
like
Absolutely,
it's
yeah.
just pulling everybody together. I'm like, good job. I love it.
Yeah. So, because one thing that, for me, like the whole editing and things, but like, just, having to meet a lot of people out there, and yeah, so I decided to do that. That was like my New Year's resolution to change my channel for the year,
Yeah.
a bit. And but I have another one that I'm thinking of doing, is actually going to collector's place, and seeing their collection and make a vlog. So yeah,
I
so
think
like
that would be
say, oh,
cool.
yeah, and then they can show off their collection and what they have as well.
No, I
But
think
yeah,
that's really fun. I've actually like a Popular Opinion. I don't know if you've ever watched them.
oh,
But he'll do like he does like interviews and games and like different things like that. And he'll have like he'll
oh,
have a lot of
nice.
Funko, but he'll have also like people that do music and podcasts and stuff on his channel. But I know
Mhm.
he had one where like say he bought a collection from somebody and he went to their house and he was showing them pick it up, and like I think a lot of us are curious, like, what do people's collections look like? Where are they putting
Yes.
them? Kind of like you said, if a guest comes over, but the
Mhm.
like viewers, where we're not necessarily going to all these places, we get to
Yeah.
have that experience too. So, like, I think that's fun. Like, people enjoy
And you
that. I
can,
know I enjoy that. Like, even you
mhm.
showing yours right there, it's like, it's cool.
Yeah,
It's fun. So, if you can
yeah.
include more, I think that's great.
And seeing how they different display them and stuff like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
because we're all
Um,
different, and that's part of the fun for
absolutely.
sure.
Yeah.
Because you're already kind of doing that now. You're giving people a glimpse into all these different collectors and how we think and how we are and talk, and
Yeah.
even get to see some of what we do. And now you're like, now let me show off some collections too. I think it makes
Yes.
sense. It's totally the same path of you just like branching out into all these different people. It's cool.
Yeah. And yeah, Gab says I don't like marshmallows. That why I can't have what's that?
Messing up s'mores for them.
Yeah. And then Funko PDX says, how's it going, people? Oh yes.
Hey.
I'll have to check your channel out as well, Funko PDX. Yeah.
Yes.
That was one of the reasons why I didn't go videos at first, and thought, you know what, don't care what people think of me, and I started doing it to share my love of Pops. Yes.
Yes. I really think it's like for me, I know like I only purposely involve myself in places where I think it's fun or I think it's supporting positivity and what we're doing. Like your channel, I was stoked because obviously you're just having fun and being a collector with other people. There's nothing, you know what I mean? Like it's not overly serious and intense. Like we just get to have fun and enjoy
That's
other
it.
collectors. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's perfect. Same thing with my channel. You're not going to see a let's get serious video. It's just like, let's collect and have fun looking at
Have fun.
collectibles. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
That's what it's about. And I think as long as you keep that, it's easier to continue doing YouTube because, again, you're not trying to match everyone's expectations because it's impossible. It's just
That's
enjoy
right.
what you're doing and have fun, you know, and keep
100.
doing it as long as it is fun, kind of a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much. Yeah. And
Yes.
yeah. Uh, yes. So 5 random ones I've got here is what is your favorite color?
Oh my gosh. I told you about it favorites, okay, bees? It's a problem.
Favorite? Yeah.
I have never been good at this, but like I guess I could say one that I gravitate towards a lot is green, but I like purple and I like black and I like blue and I'm like I like too much, okay? I have a problem. I like
Yeah.
I guess gem colors, gemstones, whatever you want to
Gemstones?
say.
Oh,
Yes, is that even the right word? I don't
that's
know,
cool.
but
Yeah.
we'll just say if I have to pick, I'll go with green. But it's like
Green.
one of many.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
Absolutely. Mine is definitely green. Because I
There you go.
I have a very favorite what is it, rugby team of mine
Yeah.
that's in Canberra, and Taco Pops that I had on my channel. They are awesome, very entertaining, and they're my
Yes. They're funny.
they're my brothers, Koyas, that I call yeah, because they're half Filipino as well, and we really relate. And
Nice.
yeah, yeah. So they're basically in Canberra, and yeah. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're funny. I saw them also. Like I know they're on your channel, and then they were also on. I think it was Stop and JLH. You know, he does like
JL.
games and Funko stuff, but he had interviewed them recently too, and I was like, they're funny.
Oh, I don't know JLH.
That's all right.
Yeah.
We'll get to know all kinds of channels. They're all over, but like they were interviewed there, and like again, they're just funny. They're funny.
Mhm.
Those are some lively men for sure.
Yes. And yeah, so green for me, yeah. Um, you have a favorite movie?
Oh
Um,
Lord, see, I'm telling you, I'm bad at favorites. A lot of different movies. Oh my gosh, I always think of like classics. Like I enjoyed things like Princess Bride back in the day. You know, I like other movies, kind of like Silence of the Lambs is probably on my list. Like I really like a lot in a lot of different genres, and that's why I think favorites are hard. You know, because I'm like, there's comedies, there's dramas, there's oh my gosh. And when I get off of here later, I'm going to think of like 5 other movies that I'm like, why did I not mention them? They're all amazing. You know,
yeah.
so like The Labyrinth was always on the top of my list growing up. I thought it was such a cool movie. Slash, I
Nice.
totally had a crush on, you know, the main character there, David Bowie.
David
So
Bowie.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I liked a lot. I like a lot. Okay, bees. I'm so bad at
Yeah.
this. I could probably write you out like a list this long of movies that are
Oh.
like all my favorite. So I guess there's a few of mine. Like, what about you?
Yeah. So mine is definitely, I love Adam Sandler movies. So it's
Yes.
I have the Chase Chubs, and I found that one actually in the wild. Actually in
Nice.
the wild, and yeah, that's a really good one.
So you like
Yeah, so
comedy?
I love comedy. Yes, I love all Adam Sandler movies, like Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Oh yeah,
So
no, those were funny for
I
sure.
love to. I hope they make pops of that one because I've got all the others, like the um, what is it? Happy Gilmore,
I like that
um,
movie too.
Big Daddy with
Hmm.
with the Scuba Sam pop, and the Billy Madison and Bobby Roche, which is the Water Boy.
Yes, yes. No, I
Uh-huh.
enjoyed all of those movies, so I agree. He really does
Yeah.
have some fun ones, and I like comedies too because it's that same thing of it's nice to watch something that makes you feel good. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You can just
Yeah.
laugh. I have to be so serious. I definitely follow that path in a lots of things. So, good
Yeah.
choice. Good choice.
And most romantic one, probably Titanic. I love yeah, because it's
Give you
based.
all the
I think it's
feels.
based on yeah, on a real life. Uh-huh.
For
Yeah.
sure. For sure. Definitely.
Um. So, if you favorite Disney character,
Woo!
um,
All the loaded questions. Oh my goodness. Let's see. I guess just because it's been on my mind more lately, because I just picked up one of these pops, so it's like
Mhm.
more fresh, is The Little Mermaid.
Yes,
So I
yes,
love
uh-huh.
that movie. Honestly, I grew up with
Yeah,
Disney. My grandmother, especially, they either
uh-huh.
literally at my grandparents' house and they kind of helped raise us, was
Mhm.
either Disney or Westerns. Okay. So
Western,
we watched
yeah.
a lot of both when we were little. And so I feel like we kind of have connections to tons of those Disney movies. There's a lot I like, but I've just always liked The Little Mermaid, and I love Flounder. I think he is so flippin' cute, and he's got all that
Flounder.
little anxiety trying to keep her safe. Like I just really enjoyed that movie. So I'm gonna go with that one, even though I liked a lot of them. Do you have a favorite?
Absolutely. I love Mulan.
Yes, that's a good one too.
Mulan. Uh-huh. And yeah, very. And I also like Pocahontas. She's
Yes.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I have the Miko and Flit pop. I love it.
yeah.
So
Oh,
cute. It's the
very
box
good.
lunch one, the exclusive where they have like those recyclable looking boxes. And I'm like, the eco friendly. I love
Yeah,
that pop.
yeah. Oh, awesome. Yeah. And what about your favorite? What's it? Um, favorite holiday season for you?
Ooh, man. Honestly, I love holidays. Now, I will give you a favorite, but I have to say, I love holidays in general because I see them as an excuse for two things.
Mhm.
One, getting together with people, even if it's like a phone call or a reminder to bug somebody and be like, hey, I love you, I haven't talked to you in a minute. But I also love that they all involve food because, again, I love food. So it's an excuse for snacks or eating, right? Always,
Mhm.
all of them. Even Valentine's Day, there's candy. You know what I mean? There's something to eat in all these holidays. But I think my favorite, honestly, is Christmas time because I love the lights and I love just I feel like there's just a general vibe where people are. I know that it's a hard time of year for a lot of people and for obvious reasons, but I'm
Mhm.
like, but I also feel like in some ways there is a cheer that goes with it. There's a brightness that goes with it. I like the lights. I like a lot behind it. I like how my kids feel that time of year. And
Mm.
so that
Yeah.
just has to be to me just a very cheerful time. But I enjoy all of it, really. Like there's not a holiday that I'm like, hate it. Can we
Mhm.
avoid it? Like again, it's always community and food. So I'm like win-win all around.
Yeah. Oh, cool. um, Yeah, so basically, in the Philippines, our tradition in there is Christmas time is you go door knocking and then you sing carols and yeah, so it's good, like Christmas time when you actually have a family, when you have children, and yeah, you can
Yes.
celebrate with them. but if it's but
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's good and bad, I think, of every holiday because it's always a reminder of something that can be like honestly sad. And I think that's true
yeah,
for all of us. And there's times of like in our life and phases of life, it can be more enjoyable, but I'm always like trying to pay attention to what's the good right now that I can enjoy and what's the good I want to continue to honor. You know what I mean? Because I think that goes in family systems and friendships of we can carry a history with people and that love regardless. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Even if we don't get to enjoy it now. So I don't know. It just, I think, goes in our mindsets. But again, it's not for everybody, and that's okay. You know?
yeah. um. So we have Gab says, same here. My channel is always going to be what I collect, and me showing on YouTube. Nothing really big on my channel. It's going to stay the way it is. Yeah. So yeah, Gabs has got an amazing channel, and yeah, he's Aussie as well, and yeah,
Well,
he's
Gabs,
always
remind me of your
amazing.
channel. IG me, okay? Be like, hey, here's me. Help me remember. Because I'm going to be on here later and I'm going to be like, who was in the chat?
Yeah.
Because I would love
Sure.
to know new channels. Like, honestly, that's part of the fun.
He's a very good supporter and very down to earth, very friendly guy. And he was the very first male on my stream that I had when I started doing this. And yeah, yeah, I
Nice.
love it. um, very true. I faves in each category. Yeah. Um, yeah. And then my favorite is Elsa because that's my first time Disney made a movie that didn't end with a character needing a man needing.
Needing to get
Yeah.
married. You're right,
Yeah.
Gabs. Like 100%. That's real. That was a more realistic movie. And even the love that conquered it was a family love, not some random romantic interest that they didn't even know each other. So that was more realistic and teaching kids more like real stuff. But like, I just enjoy it in general. It's fun. But yeah, we watched Frozen probably a million times.
Yeah.
It is probably burned in my brain the rest of my life. Songs, all of it. My daughter's over there like, yes. It was definitely an awesome movie. I agree.
Yeah. And I mean, like knowing how big it was, like in the center where I work with all the children, they absolutely yeah, let it go. The little ones, they're
Yes.
always singing, let it go.
Oh my gosh. We would have like on YouTube with just the karaoke singing it, and I'm not a singer, so like God bless anyone that wants to hear me sing, but oh yeah, we do all of that at home because it's fun. But yeah, I do agree, Disney did a good job of sending more like accurate messages, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel that.
Yep. Um, and your favorite food?
Oh lordy. Okay, when I say foodie, I'm not kidding. Like people that know me on a lot of the channels that I'm involved in lives
Mhm.
know that if somebody's talking food, I'm involved or I will bring up food. Like I love food. I cook. I love to cook. Like maybe that'll be next life is cooking. I don't know.
Cooking.
But food is
Yeah.
my thing, but I love it. I love a lot of food. I really love cooking like enchiladas. I do homemade tamales. I love Thai
Oh,
food. I love curries.
nice. Uh-huh.
I'll even experiment with homemade breads. I mean, like, I like food and I definitely like
Good.
spicy food. So I enjoy peppers in my cooking. I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Oh my gosh, that's so loaded, but I love all of it. But I guess my top as far as like categories of food is probably like Italian, Mexican food, and probably Thai food are like up there.
And Thai
But
food.
I love food. I like making stuffed burgers, like all kinds of stuff. So there's not a
Yeah.
lot that I'm like, no, I'm not going to enjoy something there, if that makes sense.
Because I tell you, like back there where you guys are, like I've seen like this, yeah, like how massive everything is over there. It's like, oh, like they do massive pizzas to massive, yeah, pasta,
Yes,
like
food size
pasta,
is
everything.
crazy. I actually had someone ask me that one time. They're like, "Is it true the burgers are big?" And I'm like, "It
Yeah.
really depends on like where you go, if that makes sense." But I'm like, yeah, some places you go and it's like thick patties stuffed with cheese or stuffed with veggies or with whole peppers on top or loaded up. I'm like, it'd be like a full meal put in a bun. You know what I mean? But that's
Mm.
just like having fun. I think I know myself in a lot of these places around here. I feel like burgers is like one of those weird things where Texans have fun and we make all kinds of different ways of exploring it and playing with it. So yeah, food gets crazy here. That's real. But like to me,
That's
that's
true,
part of
yeah.
the fun of food. You know what I mean? Like, what can we do with it? Can we make it taste better or different or add to it? You know, it's fun. I love
Yeah.
food. Can you tell I love food?
Absolutely, yeah, I love food too, yeah. Um, Gab says, yeah, the song can go,
I did.
yeah, at work on the school holidays. That's one song that kids kept playing, yeah. With
Yes. Over and over.
yeah.
I get it.
Uh, and then my mum, Juliet Shooter, so that's my mum there, and
Oh,
she's
hey, it's the
in the chat.
mom. Hello.
Yeah, and we can get that here bees somewhat though with Costco. Oh yeah, so Costco shop is everything bulk. So you
Yeah.
go in there and you just buy really bulk boxes of yeah, food and all
Yes.
that. But actually
Awesome.
going out what I meant is like going out on the restaurants, like knowing that how big your foods are over there. Like
Portions. Yes.
I know that they had this guy that has a competition that man versus food or man
Yes.
something or other.
I know what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
yeah, that one. Yeah, um,
Yeah, and I
yeah,
mean there are places that will do like crazy competitions and make meals that are like there's no way a normal person should eat it. You know what I mean? But like no, we definitely do like to eat, you know, and eat well, you know. So
yeah,
definitely I got to exercise a little bit, you know, but that's fine. It's worth it.
yeah.
Definitely. What's your favorite food?
For me, like I love yeah anything that is I eat Filipino food. A lot of rice. A lot of rice
Love
I eat
rice.
here at home. Um, but yeah, as I say, my my go-to is probably yeah here is cooking it on the barbecue, steaks, things like
Nice.
that sometimes.
My daughter would be
Yeah,
all about that. She loves some steaks. I love rice. I like doing like rice bowls because you can do so many different versions of that, you know, with your veggies, with meats. Like, I feel you on the rice. I'm supporting
yeah.
that 100%.
Especially like back over in the in the Philippines, they would have rice like KFC to Jollibee and all that, but the rice is wrapped up in a plastic. Then you got your serve of two-piece chicken with the rice, and then that, and then yeah.
Yes, I'm,
So
I'm a big fan of rice, so I get it. I'm trying. The only thing is, I can't get my daughter, who just snuck past here, I can't
uh-huh.
get her into rice. And I'm like, I wish I could. Because, I mean, rice is a nice compliment to a lot of food, honestly. I
Yeah,
like jasmine rice the best, technically.
jasmine rice, yes.
That's my favorite.
And Gab says they have the big pizzas there. Yeah, we don't have that here when we go to eat in a small food size. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, B. Speaking of that, since he brought that up, there's like a place here that's like, it's supposed to be like more affordable, like grocery store. And
Hmm.
they have like, oh my gosh, I swear it's like a 20-inch pizza or something. It's like $5. And I'm like, what is our life? It's like, that's huge. Side note,
Mm.
like I swear, like my husband took a picture of the pizza box with me and it was like enormous and it's like thick. And I'm like, there is a thing where sometimes we get a little out of control of food size, but
Yeah,
technically you can share. See, you just go home and you feed the whole family one pizza.
that's right.
Everyone's fat and
Everyone.
sassy and happy. No, done.
Yeah.
One pizza. So it does. It gets a little crazy for sure. And honestly, portion size is probably something we could work on, but that's all right.
Mhm. Um, yeah. Who else? Oh, we have one from is it Miss Slapshot
Miss
Pops?
Slapshot Pops, that's
How you
Joanna.
going?
Hey, how are
Hi,
you?
Joanna. Mm,
They've
yeah.
got a really good channel. It's called Slapshot Pops. You could check them out too.
Ah,
Now
uh-huh.
you know.
Definitely.
Now you know.
Yeah. I think he also gets dressed up and does like
Yes.
what is it?
He does a
News, like a
news.
news? Oh yeah.
Yes. And
Uh-huh.
he gets all the cool suits and the mustaches. It's super
Yes, I love
cool.
that.
Yeah. So you
Very
already
nice.
know. You know what's up. You're
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Uh Rio more blood of Pinoy. Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Um
Your mama knows about that pizza. She's talking about it.
Oh yes, $2 pizza in New York is my dinner for 2 nights. Yes, yeah.
I mean, some
um,
of those, yeah, you can definitely be eating on for a while. That's real. We have a place
yeah.
at our mall here. It's like a local place, and they make pizzas, and each slice,
Mhm.
like, I don't even know if you can tell the size on camera, but I'm like, each slice is like this big. It's like
Oh wow.
one slice of pizza. You're like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's really good though.
Uh-huh.
So good.
Oh
Anyway, now I'm getting excited and want pizza. Like,
yeah.
be like, what'd you do after that live last? Went and got some pizza.
Pizza, yeah. Uh, uh, yeah. So she says, "Thanks so much, Laz. Do it for the Funkers. Yeah. Sometimes pizza slices here in New York are so big you eat a slice. Good for a week." Uh-huh.
Pull up for a whole week. Yes, I know. There's a lot of Funko collectors in New York, and I'm like, I would love to visit one day because that is something like, obviously in Texas, I swear we make everything as big as possible. But like New York is known for some of their pizzas, and I'm like, I would love to go just to eat at some point, and
Yeah.
obviously meet some collectors. But I'm like, that would be a blast. That would be
Yeah.
so cool. Could you imagine just vlogging and traveling and just eating and hanging out with other collectors? Like, that would be like a dream. Like, if I could
Yeah.
afford to just travel, eat, and hang out with some collectors, do the YouTube, I'm like, that would be awesome. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Life win
Yeah.
right there.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, I can imagine that. Like, yeah, we all travel and meet, all you guys over there, and yeah, you
It'd be
can meet
so
us
fun.
Australians. Yeah.
That's something some of the people here were talking about, like some of the US collectors that
Mm.
in some of the lives they're like, wouldn't it be fun when all of this where we can travel more safely if we could all plan a trip? And they're like, let's just all go to Vegas and we can all hang out and meet each other and just talk collecting. And I was like, that would be a blast, if possible. So like I know there's a lot of people that like it would be fun kind of have like our own con of just like Funko people.
Yeah.
But I would
Absolutely.
love to travel around. Like I said, I also want to eat in this process. So I've got a lot of food I need to try.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, your mom's been to New York. I'm jealous. I want
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah, my mum's been to a lot of places, as I said, with her collection of snow globes and the ones on her
Yes.
magnet. But yeah, um, yeah,
That's
but
cool.
so that's all that we have here in comments. But I just want to really thank you so much, Laz. For coming on, and it's a great honor to have you. And I know we've stretched it to about the time, but I wish I could stay here more to talk to you more. But I know you got children, and they got to
They'll be running back at some point for sure. No,
yeah.
I really had a blast. I appreciate it. I always think it's, like you said, kind of like an honor to be thought of. And even like, I'd get on your end, you're like someone to say, yes, I'd love to be on your channel. For me to be invited on your channel, I'm like, why Thank
Yeah.
you. I feel
Yeah.
special. But no, it's been
Mhm.
so much fun, because again, that was kind of the purpose, is getting to know people. And I love it. And you also have a very nice chat, which is also cool.
Uh,
So
Thank you
good
so
chat.
much. Yes. And as I said, like to you guys over there, I love watching your channel, and I love seeing your channel grow. And so, guys, please, if in the chat, please go and subscribe to Laz. And yeah, so if you want to promote your channel again, so that everyone can find you, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes, y'all check me out. Come find me, last_KETCHUM. Like I said, I do not edit. I don't know how. I probably never will. It is just me being me. So if you've enjoyed my personality at all, you should enjoy my channel, because it's raw and real, guys. Like I said, I'm
Absolutely.
not a techie person. It's just
Mhm.
what's happening in that moment. But to me, it's just having fun, sharing my collection with people. So you're never going to get anything fancy, but we'll have fun, hopefully. So definitely
Yes.
come check me out if you want. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm just about having fun. IG, I also occasionally can't help but make food posts, because again, I love food. I try to restrain
Absolutely.
myself though. I really do, because I'm like, I don't want it to turn into a whole food thing. But yeah, no, definitely. I appreciate any support. And I honestly just appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. Even if you don't
Yeah.
subscribe, it's been fun. You know what I mean? And I've been trying to share your channel like crazy on my story lately, just to make people kind of aware,
Thank
one,
you
to
so
come
much.
hang out, but two,
Yeah.
hopefully that helps us both continue to grow, because it keeps us here and it keeps us active and motivated. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Well, for me, I'm super proud of you, and I love your channel, and I always do. And it's that's why one thing that I love is yeah, seeing your channel grow, and yeah,
For sure. And like I said, I love and support what you're doing, getting through and interviewing and bringing
thank
people
you,
together. So, and I know some people,
thank
I've had people sub to me just because they're like, I like your funny accent. I've had people just because they enjoy some of the weird expressions I make. I'm like, whatever it is, as long as, again, we're enhancing something, whether it be us having fun, other people having fun, bringing people together, that's the whole point. So keep it
yes,
up, basically.
yes. Okay, so yeah, again, super thankful, and thank you so much.
Thank
Yes.
you. Seriously, I really do appreciate you very much.
Uh, yeah.
I
But
haven't been on
yeah.
a live in a minute. I've been like in hibernation, and you just like woke me back up. I was like, bet, let's do this. Let's hang out. So thank you.
uh, and I can't wait to send you these gifts that I'm gonna give you, which some souvenirs.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited. You know, I'm going to open it on my channel too, and I will
Uh-huh.
definitely get something head back your way. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you
Promise.
so much. Thanks, Liz. Bye now. Yeah. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Yes.
Say bye, chat.
Bye, guys. Yeah.